Hello, folks. How are you? Bengles here. Thought I'd finally do a live stream. Haven't done it for a while. Hope you can hear me all right. Let me know either way. Just wait for people to come in. Oh dear. See, that's how much I am. I've even got feedback. All right, hang on. That's done. Sorted. Yay. Hello, Dazzy. How are you? So, yeah, just wait for people to come in. See what they're going to do. Yeah, you can hear me. That's good. At least someone can. Just send it out to a few people. Yeah, do it that way. Hope we're all doing well. Oh, that's different. Yo, Darren. There we are. I'll get a few people. Just anybody who wants to come up, really. Don't know what I'm going to talk about. Just going to, well, you know, whatever. See what has going on. Oh. What, the film Ghost Rider? Hi, Tracy. The film Ghost Rider or something different. I don't know what that is. So please enlighten me. Yeah, well, there we go. I hope you've all been doing well. You all kept safe because, like, the weather is absolute shit. So it's not been great, really, has it? But soon be Christmas, then we'll be moaning about snow. I have got to firstly also apologise because I haven't put anything out for a while, a long while, in fact. Had a bit of trouble with various bits and pieces. Hopefully now I'll be able to upload some stuff. I'm currently editing a two-parter, which will be out shortly. But I'm using new software, so it's going to be a bit longer than normal. It's not just a fact of what I used to do on my phone. So yeah, but I suppose it's no excuse, but no, I just needed a bit of time down not to do anything and just kicking my ass back into gear. So sorry if I haven't put anything out or haven't been on doing a live. I know I've been on other people's, but I haven't done anything myself. So yeah, apologies for that. But I'm sure you haven't missed me. So it's all good. Who's in? Hello, Mark. Bex, you all right? Cal, 00. All good. Mark C. I don't know who's coming up. Don't know. But I'm sure we'll make a topic of something. If anybody's got a topic, I'll talk about it. As long as it's not political, because I can't be asked with all of it. But I'm British, so we can talk about the weather. So yeah, so if those guys who want to know, I'm now going to be using. Hi, Adrian. Going to be using Filmora. Basically, it's the same as KineMaster on a phone, but a bit more. So, oh, what's this? Yeah, a bit more entailed. So I'm just learning it. I haven't used it before. I'll make myself aware of it, make it good, and then I'll see what happens. Okay, mate. Oh, Urban Legend may be up later. So, but yeah. What's everyone been up to? Come on, tell me. What's been happening? What's the point? Has anybody been flooded yet? Hopefully not. I'll tell you something, going by the roads around here, and that's not too bad. Yeah, I've nearly come a cropper in the car once or twice with the water, actually, with the on the roads, or as in flooded. Hello, urban legend. How are you? Yeah. Once the weather's calmed a little bit, I'll go on out and do a few more explores, see what's going on. And yeah, go from there, really. Storms, Radio and Cats, how are you, friend? Good, I hope. I've got 22 people in, so hit the like, do your like, donate if you want, don't if you don't. Not too bad, good. I'm glad, Will. I'm very glad. Trying to stay warm. I'm not sure about whereabouts you are, but yeah, I understand it. It's cold. For those of you on the coast, I'm sure you're having a bit of a nightmare because it's the storm swells and everything. Hopefully, after this weekend or if before, it will pass because it's been a complete bitch. Oh, we got here. Just checking some bits on here. What else we got on here? Oh, okay. Really, Dazzy? Mental. I saw one of a Jeep washed up somewhere. And down on the coast around here, where is it? Down in Hemsley. They've lost, well, not half, they've lost an absolute lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of the coastline. Oh, sorry, I'm just reading what Neil said. Yeah, that is, yeah, there he is. He's just got a bit of a weird hat on. I don't know who the other fellow is, though. It's not me, obviously. But yeah, that is the secret vault. I think he's after the bear afterwards. Dazzy, do you know that these static caravans, did they like just get washed into the sea, like because obviously Dorset on the old coast, or were they just too close and the storm swell got them? On a landlocked fishing show, bloody hell, that must have been high to get there. Wow. Yeah, never underestimate the power of the sea. Definitely. Evening, Daniel. Hope you're all right. Let's go to here. I really don't use. How do I do that then? Ooh. Yeah, they probably were a little close, Mark. Right, majorly close. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that. Hang on. A message. Oh no, no. Message. Alright, so no, don't want that. Just trying to send some links out, folks, to people. Using Discord of all things, which I don't particularly always use. It's a bit strange, to be fair. We do have some good stuff on there, but what guys? What do you want to see more on my channel? Because I'm going to put well, it's like a Patreon thing or whatever, you know, like members. I don't really know what you want on there because, like, I do little videos, but nothing major, nothing great. Wonder what you'd like. Bloody hell, Mark. Yeah, the mini lake I went through earlier on the road was absolutely nightmare. I stopped thinking, oh, I don't want to go through that. We have to turn back, but it's down a back road, so it's like great. So everywhere else was gridlocked, and then there's always cars behind me, and then there's another cars coming the other way. Luckily, some geezer went through first. Went, what's going on? And yeah, basically, I just went through it. Sod it. If it was going to conk out, it's going to conk out, isn't it? Neil, yeah, it is, but I don't just do that. No notification. No, that's YouTube for you, isn't it? But well, no, I know you're here now. Buonasera, Bucharest Tours. How are you? Bit pissed, are you, Dennis? Well, why not? Why not? See if this works. I don't know if it did or not. Right. Okay. Don't know if it worked. What else we got here? Should I? Yeah, let's just message you. Yeah, I understand, does he? Yeah, I should really separate stuff. I never really have. When I started, I didn't expect to get as many people as I've got now and counting. I didn't even think like 5 people would bloody look at it, not alone like I think about nearly 680, 700, I don't know. Yeah, didn't really think people would want to listen to me, silly old me, but you guys do, you love it, which I'm forever grateful for, honestly. And obviously doing the beginning event was great as well. It was just like, never thought I'd be able to do that. I didn't think anybody would want to do it, but they did. And yes, there will be a second one at some point. There's things in the making, but I can't say much more at the moment. But it was great meeting people. There's a lot of people I'd never met before. Some I had already, but yeah, it was good. It was great. Well, I don't know about that, Bucharest. I don't know if I'm a good talker or not. Like, and all right, the presentation. I just feel like I waffle too much sometimes. But then I'm thinking, well, I'll just put it out. But yeah, you're right, Mark. It is. It's like a virtual pub in here, isn't it? Yeah, they did, Dazzy. I mean, more bloody strikes. It was a nightmare. I had a few people I knew who a couple turned up. They couldn't. They lived too far away. They couldn't get a train from where they were. Well, they did, but they could only get it to a certain point. Then they had to get like a bus thing, and then a taxi. It's like fucking nightmare. They managed to get back though because the trains just mysteriously decided to work. It was weird though, get like people coming up to me and sort of saying, "Hi, how are you?" And you guys introducing yourselves, and I didn't know who you were until you told me like your handle on here. So I'm like, "Oh, that's you. Okay, that's cool." Many friendships were made that night and that day even. So I thank you all. So what do you want me to talk about? Because I don't know. I've just come up to talk absolute shit, really. See if anybody else wants to come up and to save me from being on my own. Mr. Billy No Mates. It's been a strange year, isn't it? Everybody's striking. No one wants to do anything. Governmental, that is. It's just crap, isn't it? But we got to carry on. Near stickers and a Sharpie, yeah. Hello, Dark Corners UK. You're right. Welcome in. We've got 30 people in at the moment, so look the like, do what you got to do. Just enjoy. If you want any subject explored, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, you're right, Bucharest. Yeah, it is strange times. Everything's a bit weird. And it don't seem to be, nothing seems to be calming down. We got propaganda media, woke extreme on the other. Certain people can say one thing, but then somebody else decides to say something which is not even anywhere near the original people. Like, it gets told off, gets arrested. Will you believe that? Oh dear! Look, I've got my first guess. Shall I let them on, folks? If they give me the thumbs up. Oh, what are they doing? A 3, a 2, a 1.
Hello, I'm just putting
Hello.
on, but they're all wrapped up in fucking wires. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, properly wrapped up. Let me just untangle this monstrosity of wires. Oh, nearly.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
This way. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Bit ahead of myself there then. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah,
Just
cool.
been trying to sort out this Filmora. It isn't difficult. It's just a bit painstaking because I don't know it. like anything new.
I tell you what, I'm really, really starting to like DaVinci Resolve now, and it's free, and you will not get anything more powerful than that. Really, that has got. Oh yeah, that's got some right balls on it. That thing, and it. I tell you what. Hang on a sec. Oh, what the fuck? Everybody's sending me messages. Let me silence all this crap because it's going to go mental otherwise, isn't it? As we know. Oh, they're watching your live stream, mate. They're literally watching your live stream because they started sending me stupid shit. They're watching you. They're not just watching me. They're that fucking sad.
Well, hello to all you wankers out there.
Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah, wankers. Go suck on your mother's fucking dead crotch.
Oh. I don't care if they want to watch. Let them watch. It adds to viewing time. Couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, fucking burn themselves out to fucking pillocks. Fucking banging on the keyboard like, get him, I get him. I get him. Look, I am literally getting him as we speak.
Oh, and here we go. Look, here we go. Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
Hang on a minute. I've got PayPal. I better change it. Hold on a minute.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to change my passwords now on my PayPal and everything. Like I'm totally like scared. Oh. Yeah, fucking wankers. Yeah. Well, the thing is, see, right? They're sitting at home like this, going like this, the fucking with the fucking tweezers. All right. Whilst I'm sitting here with a Sony fucking A7S3.
Oh yeah.
Right? A Blackmagic pocket cinema camera.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh.
DNG cinema camera. Yeah. Sony L lenses on it. Yeah. Cinema camera. 6K cinema camera. Right?
Yeah.
And proper fucking broadcast fucking cameras. Yeah. With fucking massive screens. Yeah. So you keep on wanking yourself off with a pair of fucking tweezers whilst real human beings get on with fucking life. Yeah. You fucking knob jockeys. Suck on that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even spell now.
Who they can't?
No, me.
Oh dear. Yeah. Okay, now. They really do fucking waste their time, don't they, these people? I mean, they've got fucking loads of energy for it, haven't they? Just like proper fucking mental patients they are out there. Proper little mental patients having proper fucking meltdowns. He's live. I'm going to wind him up. Yeah, well, good for you, mate. I'm sitting here on a live stream with loads of people watching me and fucking loads of people watching John. And we're having a good old drink whilst you're sitting alone in your fucking house because everyone fucking hates you. Yeah. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Slight difference, you see, in lifestyle, isn't it? But I better put a video out to say that I'm on here.
If you want.
Yeah. Hey everyone, we're on Mr. John Bengle. I can't get it. I'm not going to record it. Mr. John Bengle presents. There you go. See you over on the live stream. We're there now. Bye. Right. There we are. Good enough. That'll do. They all get the message when I do those. So upload video. I've uploaded them in the past, and I've gone click go to upload it, and then it sits there. And because I haven't pressed the upload bit, I've gone like upload, typed in the thing. We're live now on John Stream, so if they watch it,
I've just sent you a message, Matt. No comment needed, but just thought I'd send it.
Okay.
It's interesting.
What?
Yeah.
No, I know the reason for that.
Right, don't say it out loud, but
yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Nah, it started happening to me.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this will make sense to you now when I send you this. There we are. There's the explanation. No mystery, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Yeah. Because I've had them popping up. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Oh
well, never mind. That's all right then. Don't give a fuck.
I don't know if it happens for I don't know if it happens universally, but it's certainly something pops there and
pops there.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Oh, and if we're talking about cameras, well, I got a GH4 here, which I am going to get rid of because never really used it, to be honest.
That's fair.
when you got a good camera, you never use your other cameras. That's it. Like you go, that's the best camera. So then all the other cameras are just like fucking never even see the light of day. Like, you know.
Your new one's massive.
Yeah, yeah. But it can film in very low light as well, which was I was surprised. It can get noisy, but if you turn the ISO up, but yeah, it surprised me. I'm like, oh, it can do that, can it? Shit, that's pretty crazy. Because it's raw and every single pixel is stored. Yes, it's got noise, but because the pixels are sharp pixels, you can completely clean that noise out. So I'm expecting good results. So I'm going to do 2 types of noise cleaning, like side by side. I'm going to use Neat Video and show people what that does. And then I'm going to do DaVinci Resolve's own noise cleaning because it has built-in noise cleaning. So you just like load your footage in, and then you just go, yeah, I'll have a bit of noise cleaning, please. And then you go render, and it's like quick rendering. It's like, it's a bit of a beast to look at and get your head round. But you know what? I've actually started to go, oh, right. Yeah, I can see what I can do in here. No, this is not too bad.
So is it worth me actually just downloading it and having a look as well? Because I'm literally the reason I'm going to put it on my lap. I've got a better laptop now, as you know, but my phone, the amount of gig I've got on my phone is just not, I haven't got enough now anyway. But the amount of gig on there for my actual video I've done, it's like something like 30 gig. So it's like trying to edit that in my phone and then render it, then put it onto YouTube. It just won't have it. My phone will just take forever, and it will just go, I haven't got enough memory. Yeah. So I've dumped it on. I've dumped it onto my laptop now. Thanks to you, because I needed the drivers. I had to download the drivers.
Yeah,
bloody couldn't believe that. You know, and so I've been obviously editing, so it's a bit slower because I don't know the program. But while I'm at it, I might as well just do DaVinci and see what that's like.
Yeah.
So if I don't have to pay for everything, I don't want it. If you get what I mean.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. See, I mean, company that makes these Blackmagic cinema cameras, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to promote their cameras, they said, right, the free version, you just have it, it's free. But if you're a professional and you need the high end, like crazy stuff, it's 235 quid for the high end version. But for everybody else, it's free, which is oh, that's not good. Oh, lens cap just went AWOL. Oh dear. Lens cap just went a bit wobbly.
I'm not bothered about the size of the download, Bucharest. I can do that. I'm not fussed.
So yeah, but that's part of the deal. Like they give you the software for free, and it is powerful software. What I have noticed with Premiere, if you've got you need a good GPU like a 1080 or a 980 or anything like this, a bit like 1080, 980, 2080, 3080, 3090s, all those sorts of cards. But I mean, like a 980 card, I mean, you could pick one up for about 80, 90 quid, probably. Get that in there, and then Premiere becomes accelerated. So when you press play, everything plays smoothly and it renders, it accelerates the render time. So on a 4K video with that GPU in there that I've got, 4K video, an hour video, when you press render, takes half an hour. So it's double speed. Yeah. So it's pretty good. Now, Resolve is a little bit slower. It's 1-to-1, but it's doing a lot when it's like I'm adding noise cleaning and all sorts of stuff. So, if you're only shooting in 1080, not 4K, it'll be twice the speed because it'll be, it'll have overhead then, so it'll be twice the speed. But yeah, things it can do, man, that Premiere can't do because Adobe split all their functions out into After Effects and Premiere and Media Encoder. So Media Encoder is a batch renderer, and you've got to have that to make proxy files. If you don't have that, you can't make proxy files in Premiere. So if your machine's running a bit
Yeah.
slow, you want to make a proxy file, you know, you need media encoder. So that's one package you have to pay for. Then there's Premiere you have to pay for. And then if you want to do compositing with tracking, you know, like if a car is in the scene, you say, look, car, track it. So it goes and tracks it. So you can put a blur on it and it will it will track the blur. And that sort of stuff. Well, guess what? That's all built into DaVinci Resolve. That's in there. That's just part of it, right? And whereas with Premiere, it takes about like 3 or 4 seconds per frame to track something, right? Yeah. It's real time. It's real time in DaVinci. So you just draw you draw a little thing over somebody's face and you go, right, follow that forward. And it just goes,
hold on.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Right. I'm listening. Keep talking.
It's pissing in a Coke can, folks. Pissing in a Coke can. Yeah. So yeah, it's good shit. So I'm quite impressed. When I first started playing with it, it seemed like it was an overwhelming nightmare to look at, and you really have to watch videos on how to do everything, because nothing really is intuitive. It takes what you thought you knew about video editing, which is like, I'll just drag that there and move it around, and look, the effects panel. It's like at a lot of editing packages, they make it really simple for you. They kind of like, here's your footage, here's your effects, here's your text, here's your music, render. This thing's like menus within menus within menus within menus within menus within. There's so much stuff, and they have a completely new way of kind of dealing with effects. They have these things called nodes. So instead of like stacking an effect on top of an effect, you draw the effects onto like a graph, and then you put them in an order, and you can link them with wires. You can link an effect with wires to other effects. It's like, and I was like, what the hell? But the thing is,
something like that before. It was on you can make like landscapes and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the program. It's fantastic, but all the nodes. So you have 2 or 3, but you can link them and you can add them and you can do loads of stuff with it. And if I'm right, I don't know if it works within DaVinci. You can separate one lot, so you can have a separate lot of nodes one place, separate the other, and then you can sort of, if you want to link one to the other or whatever you want to do with it, there's so much you can do. It's a bit of Photoshop, I think, did it as well.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, I've used stuff like that before. I mean, I used to use a lot of Photoshop, but my laptop wasn't good enough eventually, so I stopped using it. But I think I might have to download it again, because I had much fun making things and basically just taking the piss out of people.
Look, I just shared my screen on DaVinci. Look, so if you want to bring it up, I'll just show you very quickly. But I mean, the main things that you're going to love with it, right, is the instantaneous, like look, I click and it's instantaneous video, instantaneous, and you can just move around really quickly and it's instantaneous. It's got a jog shuttle, and you can move slowly forward, slowly back. I can play forwards, I can play backwards, I can play forwards again, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Now Premiere and loads of programs can't do that. They can't play backwards. This thing doesn't give a shit, right? It's just like seamless. It just boosh plays. And this thing here is the killer. This little thing up here called voice isolation, right? If I get in the footage, right, let me go back to a really noisy street or something where we got noise, right? I turn that puppy on, no noise, right? So hang on, right, here we are. So we're in a noisy street. So I'll turn it off. Do it again, right? So there we are. So I think that's off now. So listen to the noise. Oh, hang on, I haven't got the noise sharing. I'll have to share my screen again, and I'll put the noise on so you can hear it. And just listen to the difference it makes. Right? It's absolutely. You can get rid of all cars, all crap. So it's just 2 people talking, like as if there's no noise, no cars. You could be on a motorway and it's just like 2 people talking. Nice. Unbelievable, mate. Have a listen to this now, right? Where am I? I'm going to share this screen. should be sharing audio now, and you just hear it straight away. So listen to the noise background.
But
right, can you hear the background noise?
as Jimmy Savile used to say, where there's a willy,
Can you hear the background noise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Listen now, right?
there's a way.
Hang on.
Mm.
No noise now.
People were getting in across the corner by the looks of it.
No noise.
Oh wow!
It was open
Yeah,
back
it's
there. If it
gone.
was nighttime, you could get
The
ladder
noise
up
has
there,
gone.
climb in, and then whip the ladder in. What's that?
How clever is that?
Listen, I'll put it back on now. This is the
Oh, yeah,
noise.
yeah.
It's there, right?
About 3,200.
Let me just play it again. It should have turned that. I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
Why is
That
it
look
not?
to it.
There we are. So that's what the
Well,
noise
there's
is like
windows open
normally.
back there. If it was nighttime, you could.
If I turn it back on, right, and then go back. You know that?
People were getting in across the corner by the looks of it.
Mm.
And you could dial it in so you can decide if you want a little bit of street noise. Look, I can put a bit of street noise back in, but the street noise is now below you and you're in front of the street noise. Listen.
I've got my lunch.
What's that?
My day.
Is
It's
it?
a vape, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
About
Let me
3,200.
there we are. I can put the street noise back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it down a bit.
That looks. Is that abandoned over
Take
there?
it down
looks,
a bit more. Take
Yeah.
it
What's
down.
that bloke doing in the white?
There you go. Nearly all gone, and you can go 100%,
Wow.
and you can have no noise. It's unbelievable. It's like I've been doing that in Premiere with a hack, and using a like a hack way of doing it, and it's a bit if hit or miss. This DaVinci just doesn't bugger about. It's just like it just works. I haven't had a crash. I haven't had anything go wrong with it. Premiere crashes for fun.
So this is, I'll take it, this is standard. There's no add-ons on it other than what you've decided to do now. Like, it comes with this.
Yeah, it's just that's built into it. That's like straight out of the box. And there's loads of effects. There's animated texts. There's loads of, and the color correction is amazing. But these nodes things, let me have a look now. I'll show you what nodes are like. Let me just hide that a sec. Yeah, color nodes. So you got your footage, and if you play it, you got like
What's he supposed to be doing?
you got this thing to make sure that you're not like clipping your whites and clipping your blacks, which is important if you're on like 10-bit and stuff like that. But you can just add more effects as more nodes appear, and basically you connect one node to the next node. So each effect has to have its own node, and you can put them in different orders and things like that. I mean, you've got to get your head around that. But if you can get your head around it, I mean, look at noise cleaning now, right? If I turn the noise cleaning on, right now, I've got it on my full screen as well next to me, so I can see what I'm doing in small effects on this screen comes out on the big screen instantaneously. So, but if I turn noise cleaning on. So I just dial in a bit of noise cleaning there, like that, right? So you got that should be okay, and you just press play.
Doing something.
Oh, struggled a bit. Hang on. I think it's because we're using StreamYard, but that's quick for noise cleaning. That's quick. So if you imagine it was going to take you an hour, if you noise clean the whole footage, it'd probably take you 2 hours because that's running at half speed, which is an amazing amount of time to just like straight away bang noise clean. That will take me about 5-6 hours in 4K normally. That's going to take 2 hours, and that's just like, it's a no-brainer. You turn it on for the scenes that need it, you don't have it for the scenes that don't. It's just like, I'll have that on. No noise cleaning, don't need it on. Yeah, clean the voice. The voice doesn't even take any time, when it I don't know where StreamYard's gone now, the thing. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. But no, just for that, just for the noise cleaning for the voice and the noise cleaning on footage, mate, just for that, it's worth using it.
That's
apart
good.
from the fact that
I'm gonna have to look at that.
it doesn't crash. It's really responsive. You can whip up and down footage. You can play forwards, play back, play forwards, play back, play it like frame at a time. Premiere, when you press play, it waits for like 2 seconds before it starts playing. This thing is instantaneous wherever you put your thing. It's like instant. So it just goes to show that Premiere have really been dragging their frigging heels. Adobe have been like lagging and lagging and lagging with a shitty product, and Blackmagic's like, this is how it's meant to be done. Fuck you. So I would recommend it, but it is a head fuck. It is a head fuck, which you will have to get your head around. But once it sinks in, because I mean, I'm heavily into video editing, so I know exactly what I want to do. I just have to find out how to do it. But like, it's a harder learning curve on DaVinci from what you imagine and where you've expected and where you've come from all over the years. DaVinci just kind of like throws all that out and goes, we're not doing it like that. We're doing it like this. And it was a bit of a screwy thing. But now I've started to go, I know where that is now. I know where that is. And I've started to learn the keyboard commands. And like, I think I'm going to rock it, mate. Yeah.
I was definitely going to have a look at that. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
If the interface is all right, you're saying the interface is good, I'm happy, because I'm fed up with going into things and going, well, where, like in Filmora, I don't know it that well, so I'm not slagging it, but I'm looking for stuff going, well, where is this then? Like I was trying to do a graphic earlier and it come up all like sideways, and I'm like, hang on a minute, all I want to do is flip it round.
Yeah.
All I want to do. Can I find it? Can I fuck?
There is I'm going to say there is a heavy learning curve that you're going to have to go through, and the first few days are going to be quite painful, probably, because there are so many options in there. It's the amount of stuff that can confuse you, and you're like, well, what is this? But like 90% of it you aren't going to use. They're things for professional use, and but if you can get your head round, watch YouTube videos. That I've literally, I'm quite good with video editing, but simple things. I've had to watch a video and he goes, or do it like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like something else simple. How do you do that? And it's like you have to watch a video for everything you need to know. You have to watch a video. I could not work out what the hell was going on. And the manual for it is not brilliant, to be honest. So, anything you think of, you'll have to type into YouTube, and there'll be a help for every single thing you're trying to do. But without that help, you'll be stuck. You really will.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I clicked on it a minute ago. It's done by Blackmagic, is that right?
That's the people who make this bad boy. Yeah, Blackmagic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they make broadcast equipment. Yeah.
And it's free, which is good.
See, Adobe have never made a camera. They've never done anything professionally themselves. They're just a software company. This company makes hardware. Now, if Blackmagic made hardware that was as buggy as Adobe software is, nobody would ever buy anything that Adobe made if it was hardware, because it would just be crash, crash, bug, bug, crash, crash, slow, slow, So Blackmagic, they're a broadcast. You can't fuck around in broadcast. It has to work. Mission critical. It must work. And this software, I mean, it is quite bloody revolutionary how they've managed to make this thing sing and dance. I'm surprised at, you can have 200 tracks of audio and connect it to a multi-track mixer. So when you finish doing your video editing, you switch to the audio editor and you can have 200 tracks and flying faders. And if you connect it to a proper mixing desk, the flying faders will be going up and down like that on your mixing desk. It's like crazy shit,
But what I find weird is that it's free.
That's to lure you in, you see, because they sell, like, look at this, for example, right? I mean, I've had vision mixers in the past that have been huge, right? I bought one of these because I need to do bits and pieces. This is a vision mixer, right? That thing there is a vision mixer. The whole thing, 4 channels of HD, right? Check out this company does stuff. They've really like thrown it in the air, right? Right, there we are. Channel 1. That's it. Vision mixer. It's like
where's everything else?
Exactly. You plug in your cameras, and you plug
Bloody
in a
hell.
monitor. You plug in a monitor. You plug in your cameras, and you plug in a hard drive into there. And as you vision mix, it records all the cameras to the hard drive, all 4 cameras onto the hard drive, right? And it stores the timings that you did, so you can go back into DaVinci Resolve later, load it up, and all your cuts will be there where you press the button. So you can, if you made a mistake and you cut wrong, you can change it later on.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And there's one more thing it does, right? Not only does it record on here, Ethernet, it live streams. You can go live. You press a button, live to YouTube, Twitch, whatever you want. You just press go and it's live. Everybody's using these, right? All the YouTube streamers and everyone's using them, mate. And do you know how much that costs?
Come on. How much?
The HDMI version you can pick up for about £350.
What?
This one was 600 because it's got SDI inputs. It's the professional standard. So yeah, it's that cheap, mate. It's that cheap. I had one of the bigger ones. I had one of the rack mount ones, but the rack was only about this big. It was like a tiny little thing that was about that deep. I mean, I don't know. Imagine 2 of these end to end, right? Literally, that's how deep the rack is. Imagine 2 of these end to end like that. That's how big the vision mixer is. It's tiny little thing, tiny. And you can vision mix, but it didn't do the live streaming. You'd have to send it to a laptop to stream, from a laptop or something. This just does it all in one device. And when I saw somebody using one, I was like, it works. It really works. There's no hassle at all. It's like, oh shit, and it records the stuff. So you can record on your cameras like at full quality. You can like have 4 cameras in a room, and you press record on them, and each camera is recording. So you've got that, but it's also recording on your hard drive. So you can bang it straight into DaVinci later if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, so your edit's done. But you can just perfect the edit when you get home, like change the cuts, It's and you're live streaming from it as well. It live streams live, records live, vision mixes. Yeah.
Can you upload? Stupid question it may seem, but can you upload once you've rendered everything? Can you upload it directly from DaVinci, like to YouTube or whatever?
Yes, you can actually say. You can actually say. I'm not sure if it uploads. It creates you the file, which you then upload. I don't think it actually links into YouTube and uploads it. But there's a button for YouTube quality, and you just say, YouTube render file, and then you just upload that. It's I know some. Yeah, I mean. But I'll put it like this, right? If I went into Premiere, now I'm starting to use raw cameras and 10-bit cameras. The workflow in Premiere, if I press render on a 1-hour video in 10-bit, it takes about 6 hours for 1 hour because it's 10-bit, yeah?
Bloody hell.
No, DaVinci is 1-to-1. 1 hour takes 1 hour. 6 times the speed. However, if you're doing 8-bit, probably Premiere would be a bit quicker than it because Premiere is designed for like a bit of low end, really. It can do high end, but the time it takes to render something in Premiere.
I've never used Premiere, and I don't intend to. But
it's very easy. Premiere's easy to use, but it's so buggy that you've got to know, like you've got to. Well, there we are. You've got to know black magic. Basically, you've got to know things that nobody will teach you. You've got to know shit and experience. Like, if I do this, that's going to crash. So I'll do this like this and render this out and bring the footage back in. And you're constantly nursing it and, ooh, don't touch it. You're worried about it, like, So, but it's easy to use. There are things about it that make it easy to use. Where black magic, if you can get your head around it, you press render, and you can stack the renders, so you can edit all day, and when you finished, you say, right, overnight render them for me, and it'll batch render them, which is something that you've got to pay extra money to have media encoder for Premiere, so you can batch process it. And guess what? If you were to set up each thing in Media Encoder overnight, you'd come back in the morning. You'd be lucky if 1 in 5 had rendered. All the rest would have failed. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So you can batch render it. That's even better. Well, that sounds nice. I'm going to have to I'll be downloading that shortly.
Yeah, and if your machine is not up to the spec, you can create proxy files. Now, proxy file creation is built into DaVinci. You just say, make me some proxies, and it goes off and does it. And if you want to, you can set, there's a little bit of software they give you. You can run it in the background, and you set a target folder. And anytime you drag footage from a hard drive into this folder or from an SD card, the moment the footage appears in that folder, it goes, oh, new file. It creates a proxy for it. So when you come to edit later on, all your proxies are created. You don't even have to think about it. It does it in the background. It creates your proxies for you in the background. So when you come to edit on a low spec machine, boom,
it's there.
You could edit with proxies 12K, like 12K footage, like bloody, IMAX quality sort of footage, yeah? And you just create proxies and no problem at all. No problem at all.
Oh God, I'm salivating now. Oh.
But all I can say is you're gonna go, whoa, because it does set you back when you see how it looks. But if just try and work your way through it, and if you need any sort of like little nudges in the right direction, just have a word with me, because I will, I'm thinking of doing a video. Next video I'm going to do will be me sitting there using DaVinci, just saying to people, oh, look, this is how you do it.
Yeah, why not?
This is what I'm doing, and I'll go an hour and show people me editing a video and exactly how I do it, all the little tweaks I do and everything.
That sounds cool, because the thing is, like, I've been using KineMaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's good on a phone. It is limited because you're right there with your phone going, oh, this all side. I just want to be able to click, 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 click.
Yeah.
And I used to not film, but I used to do on Photoshop all the time, and I was getting really good at it. All the like the key stuff as well, because rather than using your mouse, you can use all the different keys, can't you?
Yeah.
And it's so, and I, like yourself, you just watch YouTube video after YouTube video, and it tells you how you do it. It's all done.
Yeah.
And I just want that the same on video, so I can just literally sit there and go, right, time to edit. You're always going to get something. You think, oh, what about if I try this? And you're going to be sitting there for a while. So I'm happy to do that. That don't bother me. It's just when you come to the end, like the film order, I'm like, oh, do I need to pay that amount of money for it? Like, I just want to edit it and put it out.
Yeah.
And I've noticed on some of the stuff, it's like, oh, to get this certain thing, you have to pay for it and all that. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah. It's like they drip feed you, don't they? They get you in there so you learn it, and then, oh, I need to do that, right? That's going to cost a bit more. Well, yeah, the studio edition of, I'll tell you, thinking about it now, I don't know if it still applies, but I think the free edition is not 100% GPU accelerated, and the studio edition is. So if you're prepared to edit with proxy files, you can get around that. But I'm not seeing any issues at all. But I have got a high-end graphics card, and I have got the studio edition. Came with the cameras. So they actually give you, when you buy one of their cameras, they give you the full edition, because it's like, oh, you just bought our camera, right? I have the proper one, then I have the full thing. So but I'm sure there's ways around that, there's ways to get a studio edition, but
oh, I'm sure there is. But
go on.
No, fine.
I was going to say, if I was going to blur on Premiere, right, I have to draw a circle around or get a circle around it, and I have to keyframe it. So I have to move forward a few frames, then I have to move. So if I've moved, then I have to move the frame, and then when I've moved again, I have to move the frame, and wherever I go, I have to move the frame. So if I go up there, I have to move the frame, and I have to do that. And you notice my things are always sort of, they jitter a bit. Yeah, they jitter a bit. I'll show you how easy it is to do it, right? I mean, you're going to go, how did he do that? How did he do that? I'm starting to get into it, but let me just show you how easy this is, right? You'll think this is simple. You have to learn it, right? This is not as simple as, you have to learn this, but I'll show you basically how simple this is, right? Say I wanted to blur out Liam up there, right? Liam, I'll show you the bit of footage. You got it?
Hello.
You got it up on the screen?
It's the legend.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Matt. You okay?
Not too bad. Yeah.
Cool.
Did you want me to show you this very quickly, just to show you how easy it
go
is?
on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Say Liam is one of these people who doesn't want to be seen, right? Now, again, keyboard shortcuts. I can go full screen, right? But I can't do this in full screen. I can do semi-full screen, so I'll do that, right? Now, if I remember correctly, I've got to draw a circle around him. So let's bring this in, right? So I'll say, right, I want it to be a bit like that, right? So make the shape of whatever you want to like blur. Hang on.
This is going to track it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's it. But I mean, Premiere does not do this, or it kind of does it, but it's bloody awful, right? So there we are. So that circle is now over him, right? So I say tracker mode. Okay, so I just say track him forward. Watch this now. Look, it tracks him. Yeah. Whoops. Well, it hasn't done a very good job there, actually. But when he went off screen, see, it followed him off screen. Yeah. So now, it didn't do a brilliant job. It's probably because I didn't have the circle around him perfectly. But anyway, I can track it backwards, right? So track it backwards as well from that point, so you track it forwards and you track it backwards, right? So there we are. So now I would go and get, let me just think about this, because I am still new to this. I've got to go and get an effect. I've got to go in effect, and it's going to be a Gaussian blur.
Oh,
right?
the old favourite.
Yeah, Gaussian blur. And I have to, what do I do? Drag it onto there. There we are. Blurred him, see? Right, so I blurred him. So let me just bring this up so I can see actual size. And I think I got to hold down Control, or is it space? No, hang on. Which is the one I got to hold it down? No, you hold your mouse button down. So there's the footage with him moving, right? So it's like tracked him. And then you just apply how much strength there is to it. Now, that wasn't a brilliant example because I've done it and it follows things perfectly. I think it's because it's making a mistake on the bushes and shit. So what I can do, hang on, fit it to things. So let's go back. So if it makes a mistake, you can kind of override it. You can kind of say, look, you're off there. So I'm going to scroll that down a bit smaller, put it around him. And I'm going to put in a keyframe there. So you put in a keyframe, and then I'm going to move it with him. And then I'm going to redo the tracking. So I'll say track it from there. Right. Did that do a better job? I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, now it slightly went off there. So he went off. So I'll move this. I'll correct it and put in a keyframe and say, go on then. Do it again.
So you're actually adding keyframes on while editing. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. So, it's basically it's all there, So it's like, right. So now if I press play up here, there we are. Well, it didn't do a brilliant job, but yeah, I think it's because there's a lot of hassle in the bushes up there. But anyway, that's just to give you an idea of how easy it is, right?
That's why you've got a keyframe, though, isn't it? Because it does the major amount of work for you, but there's always going to be a little frame where you need to just tweak it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's good because like in KineMaster, you have to every frame you have to, or you just have to keep moving it, or add another one, and it doesn't, and then it just gets all like your whole screen just looks shit.
Yeah,
because you use a circle, but it rather than just tracking it and following it, you're adding on top each time.
Do you know what I think I did wrong there? I made the circle so wide it was looking at the bushes as well and getting confused. What I should have done, which is what I did earlier on, is you just put it on something that is the person. You put it on his t-shirt or you put it on his head, right? Then you track that and it's only looking at his head. What I did there, did a wide area, so it's picking up the bushes as well. So what you do is you do it on his head, then it'll follow the head really well all the way around. And then once it's got those tracking points, you just make the circle bigger, and it remembers the tracking points and it will follow it. That was my fault, but it just shows you. I mean, you see where I made the mistake, but that's how easy it is. Trust me, folks, this is a frigging revolution to have that in the editing package, like in there, as part of the editing package, and so seamless. That's crazy shit.
Oh, definitely. I mean, from my experience, when I do it, you have to keep on just putting a new glass and blur on it, and another one, and another one, and then you have to sort of move each one around. So you have to remember which one it was, what did that frame, this frame. So that just cuts everything out.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
like,
sorry, we're
No,
obsessing with cameras and bloody editing, but it probably helps some people.
I was interested in that because I'm doing a video at the moment or working on one, and I need to blur something out, if you know what I mean, as I go past it.
Yeah.
And like you say, you've got to either do it frame by frame, aren't you? Or do it like with this software. So what I might have to do is upload this video I've got now, what I've done or edited, if you know what I mean. Get that uploaded, then get this new software on my system, then download the video, then track that little box what I wanted tracking. Might be an easy way of doing it, you see.
There's
Well, I'm going to download that DaVinci, and then I'm going to start again.
Yeah.
Happy days. I might as well. I mean, it's not out yet, so it don't matter, does it?
Well, the video I've been working on has been, good year or so. Tell you the truth, on the back burner. Yeah, so I don't want to start from the beginning and all that. It's too much things I've put into it. Editing.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I'm just talking about my one. I mean, I've got another one as well, which I want to do, because it's like one was filmed originally, a few years ago, and then one I think last year. But I want to put them together because I want to see the difference. And obviously, you'll definitely be able to do it on there.
Yeah, I'm right. You've got to put it on something that's high contrast that it'll follow. Like his feet. I just did it then. Yeah.
Right, so zooming in a certain area of the person or item you want tracking.
Yeah.
Or blurring out. And that will work better that way. Yeah.
There's even believe it or not, I mean, this is part of After Effects, which is quite involved to do it. In this program, you say somebody's wearing a t-shirt, you just draw around the t-shirt and you go, right, track that. So as they're walking, they're moving and they're talking, like it tracks the t-shirt like that. And then you say, right, I want to put a logo for my channel on his t-shirt. Bang. And as he moves, as the person turns, it stretches and goes with him. And if he tilts sideways, it rotates and moves with him. It tracks it. It's like
that's mental.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That.
Yep. Absolutely mental. The stuff they've put in this package is just like legendary quality effects. Yeah.
So basically, you could go up to the Buckingham Palace and film the flag flying above the palace and have your channel on the flag.
Yeah. You could put that up there, and as it moves around, it'll just track your logo up on the flagpole. Yeah.
Pretty funny, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Throw that out in the media. Say, "Oh look, new flag on the what you call it on Twitter or something." Might go viral.
Yeah.
So how's yourself, John and Matt and stuff?
Doing
People.
well, mate. Yeah. I'm like, I should be a bit
I'm
more
all right.
scared about the fact that I've just taken out $4,000 on my PayPal credit, but you know, like
Ooh, yeah.
for kit, yeah, that's going to take me a good couple of years to pay off, but there we are. That's what credit is all about, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Saying that though, you bought some good quality gear there, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to get $1,000 back on my A7S. I'm going to sell. I got 200 odd quid off. Liam is going to pay me for my Pocket 2. So, you know, this GH4 is going up for sale. So that will get a couple of £100. So I'm going to knock some of it off like that, you know, but yeah, I'm a big believer that, you know, if you've got a chance to kind of get the best that you can, you just got to do it because, like, you know, without the best quality kit, you can't really, you know, do good stuff. So I want to start making film quality little things. I want to get a few mates in and maybe a little script and do a little film or something, just a little short, you know, like a thing, but shooting it on crap equipment, you know, and low quality, so it doesn't have that filmic look, you know. So yeah, I want to shoot it properly.
Yeah. And what you think of the new Pocket then? I know you've sent yours back and you're getting a new one.
It's due to be delivered today, but there was a delay with UPS, so they didn't deliver it.
But do you reckon it'll be the same? Because, know what I mean? A lot of people said it's only on the higher settings it starts going on.
No, some people have put it on 4K, 60p, and just I've watched videos where they've done, and it's an hour. I couldn't get an hour. I was getting 20 minutes, and it was overheating. They can do an hour, and their battery died before, and it hadn't overheated. I couldn't do that. Yeah, and if I was in 10-bit, I was getting 4 minutes. But I think it was it Lindopsky or somebody? Somebody was saying they put theirs on and they got 16 minutes. Well, I'm only getting 4. You know what I mean? So I think mine was shagged. And I bet DJI know all about it. They know there's a bad batch of them, and some are good and some are bad. You know, so yeah.
Saying that with the one I've got, the first Pocket One, there's a setting where it goes into, I think it's fine quality or super fine. And if you select that, a warning comes up saying it may overheat.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, it's probably working on its hardest settings on the processor. And that's probably what will overheat in the end.
It's doing a higher data rate. It's instead of doing like 40 megabits per second, it's doing 100 megabits per second. So it's really much finer. So if you have to process it later on, it's not so much noisy, because a lot of the noise in your video is created by the codec. The sensor is quite clean, you know, but of course you're trying to store it on an SD card, which can't have a high data rate, or, well, you know, it can't unless you're going to pay money. Like the Blackmagic can store raw video on an SD card, but like you know, it's a different class of machine, so they've designed it to be able to do it. But like on these small cameras, they're only designed to do a little piddly sort of pedal rate, and they're trying to save you. You know, they're trying to save your SD card so you can film for hours on your SD card. Well, an SD card in that, like a 128 gig SD card, have a guess how long the footage you can record for in 6K.
In 6K?
Yeah. Raw. Not
20 minutes.
You're not far off.
What do you say there, John?
20 minutes. I'll even go down to 10.
12.
12 minutes, that's it, yeah.
12 minutes. Yeah.
There's a lot of data there, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, SD cards are cheap. So you have a lot of SD cards, and then you bring it home and you grade it. But once you've done all the grading and you made it look nice, you know, then you can store it on much less space on your computer, and then you can wipe your cards and you can kind of carry on, you can use them again. But massive file sizes, but that's because it's not compressing. All of the GoPros and the Pockets, they compress this really nice sensor, and they compress the footage down into these little formats that are really bitty and loads of noise. Yeah. And that's the problem. Is it's like that compression, which they think, oh, we're doing you a favor, sir, because you can film for hours now and that makes you happy. But it's like the quality. It's the quality is the problem. So yeah.
Suppose they've got a point in a way, because I've been walking around a place for an hour filming, and obviously I don't want to just carry on walking around thinking, oh, I'm still filming when I'm not filming on my Pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
run out, and because the screen's so small, or you've got the bleep turned off, you don't hear it turning off recording, so you don't notice.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree that for most uses, like a Pocket is great because it films what I need and it's small file sizes. But when you come to do professional stuff, if you were to show that in a cinema, if you were to show your Pocket 3 footage on a cinema screen, you'd be thinking like, who the hell filmed this? Because you'd be seeing literally like pixels, and which you don't see on televisions. Televisions clean it up a lot, but like if you go and I did actually render something and watch it in a cinema, and it was stroboscopic because the noise was literally, it was like a strobe on the screen, because the cinema projectors, they show you everything, and a lot of people don't realize the televisions actually clean and process a lot of this stuff, so it makes it look good for you. But if your television was to show it to you as is, you'd be like, Jesus, looks bad. That's what cinema does. Cinema projectors show you exactly pixel for pixel. So if I was to render something like I did, render one of my things and showed it in a cinema, and it looked terrible, looked absolutely terrible.
Got bad
Yeah.
views on that one there, did you?
Yep.
Bad ratings.
Well, I did a preview because I wanted to make sure it would work first. So I took it to the cinema. They uploaded it. We watched it, and I went, whoa. I went home and I had to noise clean it, and I had to add motion blur, and all sorts of things. And I took it back there, and it was like, oh, that's okay now. But the processing involved to clean footage and things. Well, these cameras are designed to you shoot and render, and they're ready to go on a cinema screen as is. The quality of them is designed to just go bang straight up onto a cinema screen.
So it saves you time.
Yeah, and better quality.
Yeah, because in a business where you're filming films or whatever, you want to try and get the best quality in as short a time as you can.
Yeah.
So hence that type of camera is needed. Where a lot of YouTubers, or well, probably most YouTubers, don't need that much quality to do a video unless they're doing a special video, like a film or something, a special like documentary or something really detailed. Yeah.
I mean, imagine an old Super 8, which the images are like that big, yeah, and then 35mm is like that big. The frames are like that big, so it's massive. You imagine shooting something on a Super 8 camera and showing it in a cinema. It's going to look blurry, and it's going to be flickering a lot, but like if you shoot in 35mm, it's massive amounts of film you're shooting. It costs a load of money for that film, but when you project it on a cinema screen, it looks pin sharp. That's the difference. It's like GoPros and all these things are like the equivalent of shooting in Super 8. And it might be okay for most purposes in TV. It's kind of like, okay, but you try taking that to a cinema and you go, nah, that's not right. Yeah.
Well, I'm just downloading DaVinci now, so it's only not the full studio, the other one, but the Resolve, 2 gig.
Yeah.
Nothing, is it?
Yeah.
Can I
It's all
download
downloading well.
No, we
Yeah.
want to download that, like you say, the adventure. Instead of going straight onto me computer, can I send it to a separate hard drive?
You can download it onto a hard drive, but you should install it onto your system drive, onto a fast drive. You know.
Right. So basically, make sure there's enough room on my laptop to download it on that first.
Yeah. Here's something. John will appreciate this. When I run Premiere, right, and I do a task manager and I look how much is Premiere using, an average project of an hour of 4K, 20 gigs of RAM are being used. 20 gigs. Most people have got 8 gigs or 16 gigs in their machine, right? 20 gigs, no problem. 20 gigs, right? DaVinci, 1.5 hours of 4K, 2 gigs. That's how much RAM it's using. That's how much RAM it's using. Premiere is using 20 gigs.
How does that work?
Because they've done it properly. Adobe are just fucking idiots.
What codec are they using?
Buggering about. Yeah.
So when I take Premiere off my
So they're
PC now, if I take Premiere off my laptop now, I'll have enough room to download this adventure.
Yeah. This is what I say. Yeah. RAM. Yeah. This is like RAM, not your hard drive. So your hard drive, Premiere is about 2 gigs of space on your hard drive, right? But when it's actually running, it uses 20 gigs of RAM, up there. So that's why you got to have this, like the memory for, hard drive is storage. Yeah, memory is like instantaneous.
You got to get into your head that RAM is memory, so it's sitting there, it's memory, right? And when we talk about gig and all that stuff, that's physical storage. Yeah. So if I said I've got I don't know 1 gig of, well, I know, stupid. 100 gig of RAM, right? I'm sorry, 100 gig of hard drive. That's my physical on my drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I said, well, I've got 64 mega RAM or gig of RAM.
Gigs.
That's the RAM. That's the gigs. So that's the memory on your hard drive. Yeah, that's nothing to do with your storage. That's what is used to when it's processing and what it's using as it's going along. Yeah. So Windows is using X amount of gig or meg, and other programs are running at the same time, and they're using a proportion of that RAM. Is that right, Matt?
So the way I've said to people, right, which seems to simplify it, is imagine that your hard drives are like a book. Okay, so you can have a library of books, but they're slow. When you read them, they're slow, but they're a book. RAM is instantaneous brain access memory. That's connected to your brain. The books are on your table. They're slow, right? But the RAM is instantaneous. It's your brain. Okay, so the RAM is part of the brain, and the hard drives are like books, and that's where your video files are. It reads them in slowly, but the RAM processes them instantaneously before it writes them out to another book. So a book is your video file. That's a book. Yeah, the RAM processes it, and then it writes it out to another book, which is your file that you upload to YouTube. So you've got to think like books are slow and your RAM is quick, So
because a lot of people go, my system's slow, I need to get a bigger hard drive. No, you need to get more RAM.
More RAM,
yeah, more RAM.
Faster, you need a faster processor, more RAM. Yeah, but the thing is, you need more RAM for programs like Premiere, but you don't need more RAM for a program like DaVinci because it's only using 2 gigs. But once you fire up Premiere, it fires up at 2 gigs. But once you load a few clips in, 20 gigs, jump. It's just, that's probably why it's so crashy and buggy, because they're just like chucking memory around like crazy. I think
I'm still surprised it only uses 2 gigs.
I bet Adobe are shitting themselves and they're like scrambling now. How can we completely redesign Premiere? Because that's what they need to do. They need to throw what they got away and design it from the ground up with the power of DaVinci. Now that's what they've got to beat. And they must be shitting themselves, because it's like they're charging 200-300 quid a year for something that a company's giving away for free and is better.
Do you think you just started giving it away free or something?
It's always been free.
Because it's been a while. They've been going a while, haven't they? I believe.
Yeah. The thing is, they wanted to create an ecosystem. They were producing hardware, cameras, vision mixers for, broadcast. And they said, well, we're producing all this hardware, so if you're part of our ecosystem, we'll give you something to edit with as well. And then it got better and better and better. Now it's just world-class software. I've seen early versions of DaVinci, and it was, I couldn't even use it, and I couldn't get it to render. It was so hard. Even with my experience, I could drag footage in, just drag a clip in and say render, and it would go, no, you have not done something right. And I'm like, what? So DaVinci 18 is the first experience I've had with it, which has been like, now it's working. It is weird, but bloody hell, it's powerful. They've really, it's come on. It's come on a hell of a lot.
Really
Very
thought
good.
about it.
Yeah. And the thing is that they sell you, if you're a professional, they sell big desks that you can have on your desk, like with trackballs and stuff like that, so you can color grade. And those things cost 65 grand. Yeah. They're for people who work in movies, yeah, and TV. But it's still the same software that you're using. It's like if you buy that bit of kit, poof, you've got all these like extra things you can do. But it's still the same thing. You could do it all with a mouse and just click buttons and do it that way. You can do it the computer way, or you can have your hands on with control wheels and doing it like that, because you need quick speed and you need that interactivity like that. So they're saying, like, what they're doing is they're saying this is free, but guess what you could do if you paid 2 grand and got this and this and this, and then you could fill your whole studio with all this stuff if you've got the money. But they're getting you in to the ecosystem and teaching you about it, and then poof, if you're a broadcaster, if you because if you learn this as well, you could then become an editor working for a film company, because DaVinci, and they'll have all the big kit, but you could just step into it and go, I know this. That's the thing. See, they're trying to lure everyone into it. Like, come on, learn it, and then if you become a big boy, we've got the big kit, But it's like, learn it and get in there. Whereas Adobe, like, you pay for shit. It's always been the same. You pay, we don't care. It's buggy, we're not fixing it. No. In fact, every year, Adobe take features out of the software, things away. They're buggers.
So it's like going to a supermarket where they've got a promotion on. Come and try this, and you get 25% off your box or whatever you want to buy today. You might not go in to buy that, but because you've had a little taste of it and thought, that's not too bad, I'll have a bite of that. I'll buy some of that. Yeah, that's all what it is, basically. They're doing.
Yeah.
Giving you a little taste of.
Well, the thing is, Blackmagic as well, they dropped a bomb on the industry, because companies like Arri Alexa cameras, I mean, they're like 50 grand, £50,000. So Blackmagic produced a camera of comparable quality for 1,500. And it's like it's being used to make films, but the big boys, 50 grand. Or you can have 1,500, and it's like, so people went like, how can they do this? How are they doing this? It's like, well, they're not ripping people off, and they're using all their expertise to drive the price down. Now, okay, an Arri Alexa might be made out of metal and might be really frigging heavy. Yeah, these things are made out of plastic. They're cameras, but they're getting you in there, like they're getting you in at that ground entry level.
Yeah,
get you making get you making films, because the most important thing is to be out there doing it. And if the thing that's stopping you doing it is you can't afford a 50 grand camera, and you can't afford a couple of grand a week hire, well, for 1,500 quid, you can own a cinema camera and you're in there, bang, and we'll give you the software to start you editing as well at high quality. Boom. It's completely revolutionized everything, because you can buy a red 60 grand camera, an Alexa 50 to 100 grand, or you can get in there with a 1,500 quid camera, and they're good. They're bloody good.
Saying that, the cams you're naming, I've never heard of them before, because I wouldn't have looked at that range. You know what I mean? So it's a specialist market in a way.
It is too big. These cameras are too big to take on urbexes within reason. You could handheld. I could walk around with a Blackmagic, but I'd have to have a battery in my pocket because they're hungry. They do use batteries up a lot. But and I mean, the file sizes are massive. But I could go and wander around on an urbex or one of these cameras, but it's easier to have a Pocket 3. And the A7S goes on my gimbal. It's light enough to go on my gimbal, and it shoots in compressed formats. So the file sizes are small, but it shoots in low light. But it's still, I can get it on a gimbal, Whereas the Blackmagic, once you start doing stuff with it, the file sizes are big, the batteries take a lot, and yeah. But if you can work around that, it's making it available to more people. It's great.
Is the Blackmagic camera as big as RKS's camera that he goes round with? Is this like a bleeding BBC camera?
Yeah, no. This is the Blackmagic, right? That's the Blackmagic without the lens on. And it is, they call it a pocket camera because look, it's really light, yeah? But you can put a big lens on it. This is a zoom lens, right? But you don't have to put a big lens on it. You can put a small lens on it, right? Like this. You can put a small lens on it.
And what would that do, small lens? What's
Well,
that good for on that?
Small lenses are more wide angle,
Wide angle.
Yeah, that's probably what you want for urbex, and that's probably what you want to use on a gimbal as well. You want it light. But these are cameras that the quality is so high, YouTube takes 10-bit and makes it look shit. So it's like YouTube is just like video quality. It's not film quality. So is it worth filming on something like that when a GoPro or a pocket camera will do? The answer is no, it's not really. That is for professional high end,
Yeah.
That's for Game of Thrones. That's for, cinema quality stuff,
At the end of the day, it's a tool, and a tool is designed to do a certain purpose for a certain job.
Yeah. The reason I bought a few of these cameras, and I got them fairly cheap because, they're broadcast cameras, so people don't understand what they are a lot of the time. So I got some good deals, and the reason for it is because sometimes I film lectures. And when I film lectures with small handy cams like this, yeah, they got such a small sensor in them, and then the codec compresses it down. When you look at it on a big screen, there's loads of noise, yeah. So that's the killer. People can kind of see they can see somebody on the stage, but there's all noise around them, and it's all noise. It's not brilliant. So you've got to add loads of lights. You've got to have loads of lights and all sorts of stuff. Well, these things, right? I mean, yes, they take up loads of hard drive space, but if I film the lectures with that, I can make it look pristine, yeah, and then compress it down at the end. But you've got to have a good quality input before you come out with a small file at the end. If you get shit in at the beginning, it's going to look even shitter on the way out. So if you get really good at the beginning, you can get not bad on the way out. But it's got to be good on the way in first. You can't put shit in and expect magic at the back end. It doesn't work like that. So So yeah, but that's why I got it. Is like literally just for filming lectures and things like that. because for years
Yeah.
and years I've been filming on video cameras and tape cameras and things like that, and it's like, you know, the quality at the end of it, you know, I'm like, yeah, you can see it, but I'm never happy with it. So yeah.
Yeah, but you're from a different background than us people. What I mean by us is you're more cinematic. You've been in your pictures and working behind the cameras and in the audience, or not audience, but
Yeah, I've
behind the
actually been
film
a
images.
projectionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
more into like your cameras and gear and stuff like that, and more than the other normal people that aren't into that, because like I say, it is a specialized market
Yeah,
looking into
definitely.
the high-end quality film
Yeah.
processing stuff
Yeah.
compared to the local YouTubers who, like me and John, who just go out, buy the best camera they can do. And obviously it's still a tool for us, but it fits the job that we need. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see the difference between the two, really, from not having the experience of knowing the differences, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
explained it well.
it is a completely different world, like, you know, when you're filming professionally, because you've got to have big lenses and you've got to have like hoods to stop the light getting in and all sorts of stuff, and you know, you like, the director wants to see it, the cameraman's filming one thing, you know, and the director wants to see it, so you've got to have like link ups so that what you're filming, the director can see it. Is it what he wants shot? Is it what is vision? You know, so cinema stuff is like, it's always big and clunky and heavy and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, we got it really easy, you know, walking around with a pocket, which produces pretty bloody good quality, and it's just really lightweight, and it's a no-brainer, like, you know, walking around with something like that. I mean, you imagine, guys, I've worn a Steadicam rig. I used to have a Steadicam it's a full vest. You wear it down there and it clips around your waist, and then there's an arm comes out that's about that long, and it's a sprung load arm, and you put a big heavy camera on it, and then you got to walk around with that. But the camera's so heavy that it stabilizes itself. You know, you don't need to do anything because it's so heavy. You know, you're bouncing up and down, and the camera stays perfectly steady as you're walking. Like, you know, when you notice when we're walking with our pocket, you see the horizon going up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this arm gets rid of that, because as you're walking, the arm takes out the walk, so you don't get no walk, you get steady. And the camera's being so big and heavy, it's the weight of the camera. The heavier the camera, the more stable the shots. You know, it's the tiny little cameras, like holding your phone. You know, when you hold your phone and you're doing that. Yeah. But you don't get that with a big camera, because it's so heavy. As you're walking with a Steadicam, it's just sitting there. It's hard to move it. You've got to push it to get it to move. You know what I mean? Like, whereas this sort of stuff, doing this, it's like shit. Yeah.
Suppose it's the same when they're on the rails as well, and like sat on a trolley going down the set of a rails. More weight on it, more steady it'll be down the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a different world. I think, you know, the cameras are getting smaller and cheaper, and eventually you're probably going to have something the size of a pocket that will be a cinema camera. That is going to come, you know. It will be cinema quality, but the size of a pocket.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How many years do you reckon that's away? 10, 15?
4 or 5, I reckon.
That soon, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, what they'll do is, it's not for you or me. It's not for you or me, because that pocket won't cost 600 quid. You know, like Ari will produce one and it'll cost 50 grand again. It'll be a handheld cinema camera for 50 grand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cameramen will love it, because it'll be so high quality, but it'll be so lightweight, because it's backbreaking wearing a Steadicam vest and then a bloody massive camera with all this equipment on it. It's backbreaking. You know, you've got to be quite fit, and people injure themselves. Cameramen injure themselves all the time carrying that stuff all day. It's like, you know, they're sweating. They got to be in deserts with a steady cam and filming on a set, and they're like, right, shot 2, shot 3, shot. No, we done it wrong. Filming again all day, walking around. It's like carrying like two or three big shopping bags around all day, like that. These fucking cameramen, they're heroes. What they do is not easy. It's not the fun people think it is. You know, yeah. Everybody wants to be in television and the movies, and it's like when you've experienced what it's actually all about, you go like, Jesus, that's a proper freaking hard work job, that is. And they work long hours. You know,
Yeah.
6 a.m. till 3 a.m. again, and like 3 hours, and back up filming the next day. And it's like you got that every day for 2 months. You know what I mean? It's like whilst you're filming, it's like, yeah, you earn a lot of money, but it burns people out. You know?
Is that why film actors only do one film a year?
Sometimes the actors, as long as they haven't got too much makeup to put on or prosthetics and things like that, actors have got it fairly easy. But directors, producers, and operators and all the techies, they've got a really hard job, you know, lifting all that kit. You get to a location, you've got to unload the lights, unload a generator, you know, like film, like food has to turn up, you know, like, and then it's like you've got to set everything up. They've got to build a set, and then the actors walk in, and after doing like 8 or 9 hours of setting it up, the actors come in, and it's like 30 seconds
Of saying
then
a few words and acting, and disappear.
You know,
and they're the ones who get paid the most.
It's a very unforgiving, hard work industry, and it can be quite stressy, you know, because there's a lot of money on the line, like to get that done in time. So everyone has to be on the ball, and it's that's why it's something I've seen it being done. I'm not sure I want to get heavily involved in that side of things. You know, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job at all.
Talking about doing, like you say, shows and stuff like that. Let's change it slightly. Doing a live show.
Yeah.
But like it's a drama, but live. Like Ghostwatch. You must remember Ghostwatch on the BBC. Can you remember that, John?
Never played that again, did they?
No, they had too many complaints. What do you think about that, Matt? Seeing it was filmed live and how they put it together as a filmmaker. How do you see how they did it? Do you reckon it was good or what?
Well, live television is most of the time not live. You know, like when they say it's live, it means it was filmed live and then edited together. Yeah, that's what there's a lie. You know, like that's the trick they play on the audio, you know, the viewers a lot. Yeah, they go, this is live, and it's not live. You know, because too many mistakes happen when things are live. Most things are always like pre-recorded and cut together. Yeah, but there are a couple of movies. They're quite famous. You probably wouldn't have heard of them, and then they're not all that brilliant to watch. But there's a Russian film where they filmed the whole thing in one go, but they couldn't. There's even a lie in that, because they it's like they did 20 minutes at a time, but they literally had to set up dancers, actors, special effects, lighting, and then the cameraman is walking with the actors through the buildings, and people are coming out and talking to him, and then things are happening, and you know, fight sequences, dances, and and it's filmed live, 20-minute chunks, and it's filmed in one go because they wanted to see if they could do it. And the reason they wanted to see if they could do it is because that's what you have to do when you're doing live theater. You can't fuck up. You have to carry on. So they wanted to see whether they could film a film like theater where you just have to get it right, you know. And it's like I can't remember what it's called now. It's a Russian movie And that was quite interesting, you know, to see, because like you take it for granted, don't you, with like live TV, like actual live TV, you take it for granted, like, you know, but when it's scripted, when it's actually scripted, like you're saying, that Ghost Watch and things, you know, there's a bit more to it than that. They usually, they cannot be perfect and get it bang off the bat in one go. You know,
Yeah,
they
saying
can't do it.
that, what you've said now about
Mm.
Ghost Watch, after
Yeah, they do.
watching it,
They've
and
done a
you,
few.
what
They've
you,
done a few like.
sorry, John.
You broke up then, John.
Oh, so they've done a few like, you know, EastEnders, and I think they did Coronation Street. They did it live, and you can see like for the majority it's fine, but you can see where they've screwed and they've ad-libbed and done other bits and pieces, and it's
Yeah.
got to be hard. I mean, come on, like a film, we take it for granted on a film. It's scripted. They do it. They do God knows how many takes to get that one shot which everybody wants to have, and then it's done, and then they edit it and they put it together, and then they got the film. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see that other film you're talking about.
Well, like, things like Doctor Who and stuff were filmed practically live. It was like theatre. You know, they would they didn't have no time to do it. They just set the cameras up and they said, right, you've rehearsed, so do it. You know, and it would be like they'd have to do it there and then almost, and that's the way TV used to be. But it's kind of like switched now to being recorded and edited. But they couldn't edit some stuff years ago. I mean, they didn't have videotape machines like we do today. I mean, a lot of it was like
it's all on celluloid, wasn't it? So they had to literally get it, and then they would look at it and go, right, well, snip that. I mean, that would have taken hours in itself.
Yeah. Like
and then
we
they
were saying,
stitched it together.
Like we were saying about Ghost Watch, that was when it aired was too perfect. Like you say, there's no mistakes in that at all. So it must have been filmed live, edited, then put out live, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And back to what you're talking about now is these films where you got to slice and dice and put them together. I've seen a black and white film, Western it is or something, and there's a horse and cart getting chased, and some guy has to jump over onto it. He falls down, gets run over by the cart wheel, and carries on climbing on the cart, even though it's actual like ran over his legs, and he can't just carried on acting. And but like you say, back in the day, you can't re-edit it that or nothing. It's just filmed as it is, and that's what they went with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different stages of filming and the progress and like technology, what you can do with it these days. It's all going to be like CGI these days as well, where it can make a film without no person at all involved.
You know, like, have you ever heard of Harold Lloyd?
Yeah.
And
I think that might be one. Is it
I
a car or something?
Yeah, Harold Lloyd and Charlie Chaplin, they were people who like, we do our own stunts, you know, and we do daring stunts and things like that. Now, people for many years, you know, the word went around, oh, it's all real. But Harold Lloyd did a thing where he was like, he climbed up the Empire State Building or some sort of building, and it gets to a clock face, and then he holds onto it, and it falls backwards, and he's literally dangling like off the edge of this frigging building, yeah. And it's like, but the thing is, they sold that. That was marketing. They said it's all real. But Harold Lloyd, I saw an interview with him, and he said, yeah, well, it was real. We were up a skyscraper, and yes, that clock did fall over, and I was on it. But what people didn't see was we built a scaffold up underneath us. So just out of shot, if I did fall, I'm only falling 15 feet onto something soft. Like, you know, so it's like, yeah. I mean, you gotta sort of like have a lot of appreciation for people like Tom Cruise, because they've tried to do stunts which are real. You know, like I am hanging on a wire out to the back of an aircraft, and I'm flying in the wind out of the back of an aircraft going like this. Yeah. Well, that they really did that. So some things are more real now than the stuff that they said was real at the turn of the century, like Harold Lloyd, 1920s. Yeah. Not as real as they said it was, but this stuff, maybe we're being fed a line now. I mean, maybe they're lying to us now. It's just marketing, it's, it's real. They really did the stunts themselves. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, Christ, carrying.
Oh yeah, you're saying like Tom Cruise. You got to give it to him.
He is good. He's very good.
Yeah, bit of a delay. Sorry, mate. No, because his stunts. I mean, he did that one when he jumped off that building onto the other building. Okay, he had a wire. He broke his ankle. Yeah. Literally, you can see it in the film. They left it in. His ankle just goes sideways, and like, oh.
Yeah. And then they had to change the filming schedule so that he could be doing scenes where he wasn't running so much. And they changed the sequence. So they were filming all the easy stuff so he could heal as he was filming. So he'd be ready to do more stunts at the end, It's not, I mean,
and then just edit it in the right sequence then. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been quite a few people that had things like that when they've been filming. They've injured themselves and they've had to kind of change the script almost to kind of tone it down so they can continue filming with them. It's yeah.
Was it Harrison Ford broke his ankle when he was doing what was it? Force Awakens. I don't know how he did it. I think something fell on him or something, but then obviously they had to change it whilst he recuperated.
Yeah. But there we go. I mean, a lot of these cameras are only going to get used a few times a year, but when I go to use them, I'll know that I've got something that's going to be like less headache and better quality. That's the thing. So I've got so many of these cameras, like little cameras, and I've tried to sell them, but nobody wants them because everybody's got a little handy camcorder. But I mean, it's shit quality. So it's like I'm either going to just give them to people. Like, here we are. You want an old camcorder? Your little camera? Anybody? John, do you want a little HD camcorder, image stabilized? It's 1080 quality, but it's interlace. If you want it, you can have it.
Not at the moment, mate. I'm skint.
It's got a zoom. No. You can have it. Do you want to have it? No money. I've tried advertising it for 50 quid and nobody wanted it. For 2 cameras for 50 quid. Yeah.
Well, I'll take it and try it. Yeah, if you want. If you've used it and it's decent, I'll try it. Yeah, I'm looking for a camera. So.
It's 1080, but it's 50i, so it's interlace. So if you go to render it, you've got to de-interlace it. But it's 50i, and they're fairly low light as well. They're not A7S low light, but they're not bad.
I can still use it though, can't I? I can try it. Why not?
If you can use it, yeah. So, but yeah, I've literally tried to sell them. And I can't sell them, so therefore now the best option is give them away.
If you want to, yes, fine. If not, I'll give you money for it. I ain't bothered.
No. I mean, literally, they are not going to get any more use. I could probably sell the GH4, but these little old cameras, they're tiny little palm-held cameras, 1080p, but yeah. There's nothing worse than having like little things that you're not going to use. Yeah, and like who wants it? Like, I mean, who's going to use it? It's probably fine for most people as a little camera, but I'm just like I would not use it now. I wouldn't use it. I've got bigger cameras or bigger sensors with a zoom on it. I've got
Can you urbex with it?
Sony. You could, but it's not extremely wide angle, which is what I always think is a big, it's got a zoom on it, so you can zoom in like 10 times and 20 times with digital zoom. you know, but it's got a good image stabilizer on it. But they're just little,
Okay.
you know, little sensors, a little bit noisy, perhaps a little bit more noisier than I would like, you know, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, they're not going to get any use.
Can always try it, can't you? I've got nothing to lose.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but there's
I've-
nothing worse than somebody sitting in a box. I've got a box with two of them in the other room, and it's just like it's been pissing me off. Like, I mean, you know, I can't sell them, but I don't want to give them away to somebody on Facebook or whatever. Just like free cameras, because people are like, oh, they must be shit. It's like, no, they're free HD cameras, for fuck's sake. Do you want them? Fucking come and take them, for fuck's sake, like, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing over the weekend, John? Anything or nothing? Out plan?
I'm not actually doing anything. No, I've got a few bits and pieces to do. I'm going out tomorrow night on the Lash. I've been asked to go out, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go out. So yeah, I'll be out on the usual jolly.
Mm.
Cool.
But other than that, I might do a live stream if I get that tanked up. the kebab walk home.
I've done
Yeah.
that before, you know.
Yeah, I'll probably end up in Hotbox actually. To be honest, that's usually the watering hole we end up in at some point. I don't know what's on, but something will be on, so we'll be sitting there. And there's enough spirits to go round, isn't there, as you know? So
Definitely.
Oh yeah, somebody said Frank will have them for his band. Well, he's welcome if he wants one. I mean, Will hasn't said he wants one, so if Frank wants
I'm
one,
all right, mate.
you know. But the thing is as well, the reason I was trying to sell them is a pair. So if you ever work with cameras, having a matched pair of cameras that are exactly the same model means that if you go mixing and editing later, they look the same from camera to camera. You know what I mean? So yeah, but people don't appreciate that, which is why I've got two Blackmagic cameras, but at least one is 6K, one is 4K, but they're the same color science, so should be able to mix between them, and you won't see any difference. Because that's what one of the things Blackmagic do is they match the cameras up. Because there's nothing worse than having four different cameras, and one looks blurry, and one looks sharp, and one looks bright, and one looks dark, and yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow, Matt?
Well-
Out and out.
I don't know. Going to see somebody. Somebody's asked me to go up to a pub to have a chat with somebody about crop circles because they're interested in crop circles, and he wants me to give them the lowdown on crop circles. So I'm going to go up there and regurgitate the stuff that I could just say to him. Look, there's 72 hours of Circle Makers TV on my channel. If you're going to go watch it, it's all on there, like, you know. But I'm going to ingratiate somebody. One person actually somebody said they want to buy one of my cameras with a 3D camera that I'm getting rid of because I've got two 3D cameras. I don't need two. I just need one. So he's a viewer who said that he wants to come and grab it. So I said, yeah, okay. So I'll be seeing him in the next couple of days probably. So yeah.
What about your pocket? Will that be arriving tomorrow, or don't you know?
UPS, mate. They're a law unto themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I'm supposed to be going to see Carl tomorrow. I'm going up to see Richard Wellick, me and Carl.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
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 I'll give him my regards.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad.
I'll be back in a second, busting you. I'm going to be crossing my legs a bit. I'll be back now.
He's been in hospital
no
for
worries.
over a month now with some sort of infection. And I've been going up virtually every week. I think I missed 1 week or the first weekend, 1 week since. And ever since I've been going up, I could see an improvement coming over him. So it's always good to see that. And last time I went down, it was up on his semi frame. Yeah.
Oh, that's good though. I saw his Instagram, and I thought, oh,
That's it. Yeah, that's when I was up there.
well, hopefully he's He'll be up and about at some point.
Yeah, they took him off that ward now, so looks like they've got it under control, and they go to, well, they've moved him on to a different ward now, and hopefully we can get him out on a wheelchair and push him out a bit, so we can get a bit more scenery, because it is still a bit painful on his legs and stuff. Hence, he needs to simmer frame.
Ooh. What? What? You're all silent. I came back and you're all sitting there silently. I mean, like, what? Were you talking about anything? It was gone.
Matt, I've just downloaded DaVinci. Yeah.
Good for you, sir.
And the good news is, it's happy with my laptop.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's just asking me to change my frame rate. Do I change it or just not change it?
No, when you import footage, it will ask you, do you want to change the frame rate? But it's asking you because it's whatever you shot it at. Yeah. So if you shot your footage at 29 frames a second, then it'll say, do you want to change your frame rate? So you say yes. And if you shot it at 60 frames a second, it'll say, do you want me to change the frame rate? Because the project setting will probably be 24 frames a second for cinema. That's DaVinci is expecting cinema work, you know. But if you stick in something that's 29.97, 29.97, folks, that wonderful 29.97, that's what American frame rate is for American television, is 29.97 and 59.98. Yeah, we work on 25 and 50, which is a little bit easier to remember. Britain, PAL, 25 frames a second, 50 frames a second. America, 29.97 and 59.98. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. But yeah, it switches it to whatever frame rate you're working on.
Why is DaVinci American?
Yeah.
No. It's Australian.
Australian.
Yeah. Some crazy good kit has come out of Australia, super cheap. There's another company as well called Atomos to produce screens, and the screens record as well. So it's like a little television, but it's got a memory card or an SSD, and you plug your source into it and you can view it, press record, and you can record anything. And they're dirt cheap. So how the fuck this stuff is all flying out of Australia? They must have some real brainy buggers that just don't want to rip people off. You know, if this is in America, they'd be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we designed that. I want a second mansion in the Rocky Mountains. I want, like, you know, I want a £1 million boat. Give me money. In Australia, like, nah, mate. Nah, we could do that. Yeah. Nah, cheap as chips, mate. It's like Australia. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Aye. No, I'm going to shoot off now, John.
This is very weird. Oh, bye then. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Well,
cheers.
He looks like he's going to sleep. Look, I mean, he's like yes.
Yeah, I'm not good.
He's like that.
I've already turned his seat now.
Look, he's halfway across the middle of his thing. This is not normal. He's like that.
Yeah.
He's not using all this real estate. Look, he's wasted real estate up there. Look.
Thanks for having us on and all that.
Fine, mate. If you got to go, man. Always welcome, my friend. Always welcome.
It's easy to get him to go down, but have you got a button that makes it go up?
Bloody hell.
See, that'll be the next thing. They'd probably PewDiePie will have one. It'd be go like, does it do this? Because his chair went backwards, yeah? And it'd be like, it goes down, but you go, but does it do this? Because nobody's got one that goes up. Yeah.
Everyone,
well,
have a great weekend. catch you all later. Good night. Stay
Cheers,
safe.
man.
Thanks,
Yeah.
John. for
Take care,
having us
mate.
up.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, say hello to Richie for
No,
us.
welcome, man.
He's left me a message which I'll put on my channel on my next live stream. So, but yeah, he's left a little message saying, yeah, he's doing all right, but you know, getting better slowly.
Good. All right. See you later. Bye.
See
Cheers.
you later, mate. Bye. Cheers.
Bye. Thoroughly horrible man.
I knew that was coming.
We haven't done that for a while, have we?
Oh, what a thoroughly awful man.
Yeah.
I've just loaded. I loaded it up. Just put a bit of footage in. It played it. Although I'm doing live stream, so it won't be happy. But yeah, it's. I'll have a fiddle around with it later.
Yeah. Yeah, your this StreamYard is going to be using up your GPU.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
So once you get rid of this,
I'll be fine. I put it in and it took a minute or so come up, and there was a picture. I don't know what it was a picture of, but it was there. So I'm like, yep, okay, it works. It's happy to put it in there. And you know, when it loads up, it checks your CPU and everything else, and your graphics card had a lovely green tick on it.
well, you might be in business then, because that's something Adobe, like I say, they've been removing support for cards that work fine. Like last year's Premiere worked fine, and they go, nah, that's no longer allowed. That's no longer allowed. This is no longer allowed. All these cards, which were perfectly good cards that people bought, you know, and they go, nope, 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 nope. So they're removing support, removing effects, removing this, removing that. Premiere has become like a bloody, you know, like the best way I can describe it is like you walk into Premiere these days and it's like a ghost town. It's like there's tumbleweeds like going around, and it's like there's nothing. It's nothing. You've got to do everything yourself. It's like you're in a ghost town on your own, and it's like you have to just do it all yourself and find a way to do it, you know? It's like, you know, yeah.
It looks like a naught for me. Never seen it before. Looks like a fairly normal interface. Obviously, there's a fuckload of options. So I'll just go and have a look. No, my project loaded. Doesn't matter. Made a project. Put it in. It's there.
If it scares you, go away for a day, come back, and then watch some videos. Because there's keyboard. You need keyboard shortcuts, and not many, and they're different from Premiere as well. The keyboard shortcuts are all different, so I've learned a few.
Yeah, no, I mean, most of them are fairly the same, aren't they? In most programs, so I should be all right with it. I'll probably will get scared. I'll probably watch a few videos and go, right, okay, I'll dive in, spend a few hours just pissing around.
Yeah. I found the secret to getting the help you need is don't watch the videos that are going to take 16 minutes to tell you. Look for the ones that are 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They just go, this is how you do it. This is the key. There, bang. Those videos seem to be more helpful with DaVinci, whereas some people they start telling you about all the technology and how over the years and before they tell you they just fucking get to the point, you know. And it's like 20-minute long spiel when all I need to know. Yeah, don't go for the long form stuff unless you need to, unless it's really necessary. But yeah.
I'm looking at something else as well at the moment. It's called Face Fusion. So it's like AI, but you can put your face on literally anything. But the only problem is it's on GitHub.
Hey, Urbex, he says, yeah, I heard this because I think you told me this the other day. He says you can import the Premiere shortcut keys. Yeah, you can. I went to keyboard shortcuts and I said, I'll have Premiere. Half the things that I needed weren't there. Most of the keys didn't work. I would have had to have reassigned the keys myself. No, it's different. It's so different. You have to think differently, and what works in Premiere is not DaVinci. So I would say start afresh. Don't be thinking you're just going to walk into it and know what you're doing. It's a fresh start, you know. So that's just.
Well, I've never used Premiere, so I've never used Premiere, Matt. So I'm probably at an advantage because I'm starting from scratch anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
Casey.
I've used Fillmore,
Hmm.
I've used some other bits. Shit.
Urbex
Go on.
says Casey Ferris is good for YouTube tutorials. Yeah, he is. But sometimes he sounds like this, and he's like, "Hi, I'm an American. I'm going to tell you about thing." And then sometimes he sounds ultra camp. He's like, "Hi, everybody. I'm going to tell you about." I'm like, Jesus. One day he's like, as if he's going to have a fucking sex change, and the next day he's like, "Yeah," but he is good. He is good. Yeah.
Ultra camp.
He goes like camp,
Ooh, look at this.
not camp. I mean, I'm sorry, Casey, if you're watching, right? Fucking, you come across as a little bit effective some days, and then like other days you're all right. But I don't know what it is. I think he's like hormonal ups and downs or something. I'm sure he's straight, but I would say it's like I'm kind of like I'm not just watching the Da Vinci video that he's telling me about. I'm going, yeah, okay. Yeah. Where are you coming from, sir?
So yeah, I'll check it out. I'll have a look at it. I mean, I'm pleased that it just installed no problem. So I'm like, oh, okay.
If it requires the studio version and look into it, I'll try and give you some leads on that. But
Yeah,
but I think for just what do they call it, like assemble editing, you just chuck in your footage on the timeline, chop, render. Yeah, you shouldn't have too many problems. It's if you want to, but you're still going to have to learn this the blade and the cut and the insert are very different to what I'm used to with Premiere, because I can drag and drop in a lot of places. In Da Vinci, you have to drag it to the media pool, then you have to drag it onto the timeline, and there's little things like that. So you've got to put it into the media pool first. And here's the thing, and this really fucked me up because I have to re-edit a video and re-upload 2 videos because I edited them in Da Vinci Resolve. It wasn't pulling in the media pool in the order of the files. So when I dragged them to the timeline, they were all out of order. So I had to because if you look into when you drag them into the media pool, it says put them in clip order or put them in name order, and it was default set to clip order, and I don't know what the fuck that means, but that's where it mixed them up. So when I dragged them in, they were in the wrong order, and it even dragged a few clips from things that weren't the right explore, and I jumped from one explore to another explore, and even I didn't kind of realize. I thought, oh, that's kind of right, isn't it? Like went from one scene, paused the camera, come back on. I was like, oh, that's right. No, it was a completely different explore. So be careful of that, because you need to put them in name order, not clip order, because I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, be very careful what you're dragging. If you drag a bunch of them, it may get them wrong if you don't have them in clip or name order rather than clip order. Little things I'm sort of getting there with that. It was unexpected, but yeah.
As I say, I'll have a look. I was impressed that it loads up quite fast as well.
It does, because it doesn't use much memory. It's like choop.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I'm using YouTube, so I'm using StreamYard, so that's taking most of the CPU. But even so, it loaded. There was no blank screen while I'm waiting for an ever and a day. It's just like, pop, here we go.
Yeah.
The only bit I found was when I'm importing the video. So it was a big file. So I imported it and it was big. But it's going to take time anyway.
Yeah. With Premiere, when you drag a clip in, it then has to render its own version of the audio track. But I will say with Premiere, it does actually produce a little box with you see the box filling up. So you go, oh, it's working on something. It's working on something. Little bug there, Da Vinci, you drag all your clips in, nothing happens. Your processor's not working. You drag them to the timeline. When you drag them to the timeline, your hard drive goes, for about 5 minutes whilst it's probably producing the audio file like Premiere does. But I didn't know what it was doing because it didn't tell me. Like, at least with Premiere, I could see this little thing. It was like, I am producing an audio file. Zzz. Okay. DaVinci, I didn't know what it was doing. It was like, is this crashed? What's it doing? You know, because I didn't know what it was doing. So yeah, again, now I know the moment you drag something to the timeline, you may have to wait 5 minutes, go make a cup of tea,
Well,
come back, and
you're
it'll
saying
be
that.
ready then. Yeah.
I dragged it. I literally, you know, you got it in the top left-hand corner. I dragged it down because it's you know, it's usual, isn't it? Dragged it down, and it just sat there, and it was blue. And I'm like, all right, okay. Thought, don't know what was going on. And then when you were talking with Will, it just suddenly on the other screen, you know, where it renders it, it just suddenly appeared. And it was all down the bottom. I'm like, okay. Obviously,
some file types may just drag and drop, and they don't need any pre-rendering of the audio. But
it was. I noticed it was taking time. So and then obviously the audio and everything else appeared. So I'm like, okay, that's you know, and I'm giving it time because of what I'm doing it as well with yourself. So yeah, so if I'm not on this, I'm doing it just separately. It should be all right. I can't see no problem, and I'm just pleased that it's not because I've had it before. My old laptop, it would just sit there and chug because it wasn't powerful enough. Simple as so.
Well, all right. On the Spectrum Plus, yes, I'll ask Frank. Does he want it? Because it's a good point. Does Frank want the camera? If he doesn't want it, it's yours. Yeah. If he doesn't want it, yeah. And the other guy wants to pick up the camera. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
that's interesting.
And somebody's replied to me about wanting the other.
Yeah, sorry. No, that's interesting. Urbix, he's just said Resolve uses databases for storing projects. Many will use simply a file. I can only imagine that if they use a database, it's just literally numbers and figures and whatever. So it's quicker to process than it would be if it was doing in a file.
Well, I've read this about DaVinci and I've experienced it, right? When you do something and you edit and you do a load of things, it's just saved. That's it. So if you do come out of the program, or I did have a kind of a crash on DaVinci, you load it back up and it's all still back where you were. It's like with Premiere, when I'm working with Premiere, I have to press save every 5 minutes. Otherwise, if I have a crash, I'll lose loads. And I've lost an hour of work because I didn't press save. So I have turned Premiere to auto save every 2 minutes. And, you know, it gets annoying because it goes, wait, and it takes about 30 seconds to do a save. But I'd rather have that than lose stuff. But in DaVinci, it's not saving anything. It's just, if you quit the program, it's already saved. It just knows what you did, and it just takes you back to it. So, like I say, it's like night and day. It's like clunky Premiere, DaVinci seems better. So the experience with DaVinci so far has been a learning curve, but I'm seeing so many benefits. Whereas with Premiere, I'm learning how to fight it to not crash and die. You know, so I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. People have been screaming across the internet, like, use DaVinci. They've been screaming it, but it's like, oh, it's fucking so awkward and hard. But they have been screaming it, and yeah, I hope Adobe goes fucking bust, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
I don't think there's any chance of that, do you?
Do you know what? Apparently, they are one of the most richest companies in the world. They're up there with Apple, but people don't even know that.
No,
because they charge so much. They charge so much for their software. They're actually up there, $1 trillion companies. They're up there, you know, because they're ripping people off. So my philosophy is your time has come. It's like cinemas. If you're going to charge £15 for a ticket, your time has come. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there are people who can do it better, quicker, cheaper, faster. You know, if you're a dinosaur and you will not charge a reasonable rate and provide a better quality product, you deserve to be on the fucking shit pile. Fuck off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Adobe's everywhere, isn't it? I mean, for various programs, like, you know, you got PDF and shit like that. That does my editing to start with. But like, if there's something better out there, you're going to use it, aren't you? If it's gonna be cheaper or you don't have to pay for it, fine.
Yeah. But you got like KineMaster, right, on the phone.
Yep.
It's like a very good, and like LumaFusion on an iPad, you know, these are quite good programs. They're very fluid, you know, like LumaFusion, to be honest, scrubbing back and forth. It's like instantaneous. It's like, yep. You know, and it's a pleasure to use. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Adobe's not.
KineMaster, you know, I use KineMaster, and I started off with it, so I'm paid for it. It's quite nice, but I'm getting to the point where there's limitations on a phone for me, so I have to use something different. Now, I'll still use it for, like, you know, if I've got something fairly big, but, you know, not major, but just like I can do that half hour, be fine. But I'm thinking, for what I'm doing now, one, the file size is massive. Two, I just want it to see whether I can make it look nice, make it look better, and just have that experience rather than having to do it on a little phone. And like you say, you know, you go backwards and forwards in it, and you just get pissed off in the end because you've got to try and sort of zoom into everything, then cut it, and then there is certain limitations I've found.
I mean, like working on a screen that size, trying to edit something where you're trying to see what's going on the screen is a nightmare.
Yeah. Although they have got a good stabilizer. You have to download. It's free. You have to download it, and you put your footage into the stabilizer, and it works really well.
Oh,
I mean, I had one which was proper bad, and I can't remember which one it was, but I did actually put it up. But I ran it through their program, and I put it back into KineMaster, edited what I wanted to edit, and put it out. And if you saw the original footage, it was terrible. It was like all over the place before I had the gimbal. So, and I'm like, I can't put this out because everyone would just be jittering around and getting sick from motion sickness. But so I must say it is good. But the limitations is that you're on a phone. If they did the same thing on the laptop, which they have, they got Filmora, but to be honest, just fucking use KineMaster. Put it on a laptop.
Well, you could have a tablet that had a big screen, but then they don't make tablets with massive screens. I mean,
no.
You know, yeah. I mean,
and I do prefer using a keyboard.
I mean, I'm amazed that Dan Dixon edits all his videos on his phone. That's his whole channel. He edits on a phone on KineMaster, and I'm like,
yeah, you said this, and I still don't know how he does it, because it's like you do it and you're sitting there, and then, like, you know, there are a few limitations, but not many. But like I'm looking at it going, fucking hell, what is going on? How can you edit it that well? He must be there for hours.
He knows what he's doing. He's worked it back to front. He's like an expert KineMaster guy. Like, I mean, I'm pretty expert on Premiere. You know, he's expert on a phone. You know, it's amazing. I mean, I think it's actually quite remarkable. You know, and worthy of note and comment. The fact that, you know, he does it all on a phone. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, that is something in itself. I mean, like to be able to focus down on something like that. I mean, I need glasses. I can't even. I have to look at my phone like this far away from me to be able to, and like that. Or I've got to get glasses on, and I'm like that. You know, it's like I can't even focus on a bloody screen of a phone. You know, that's why I've got to have a big editing thing is because it's like, well, I can see it full screen there, 4K,
Yes.
and I can see it there. And you know, if it like this with my finger, no.
See, that's the whole thing that I've got. So, you know, you got it up there, you're editing it, and you know, you use the timeline, and you have to scroll in, you know, like that, and then you got it, and then but then you think, oh, you press it, it's like, no, that's not quite how I needed it. I want to put it there, and you're tapping it till you get to that little bit, you know. Whereas on the mouse, you just go click, done.
Yeah. Fingers are like fingers. You might as well just be using your fist. It's like fist editing. It's wrong. Get back. No, it's gone wrong. It's gone over there. It's like, you know, it's very ham-fisted. You're trying to use a finger. Fingers are massive on a phone screen.
See, the thing with KineMaster, you've got when you render it, it doesn't take that long, and I still don't know how it's done, because, you know, when I thought it's going to take like 2 hours, in 10 minutes. I mean, the longest I've waited is probably about an hour, but that was a big file, and I'd done loads of edits on it. But it came out fine. There was no problem. I've never had it crash while it's rendering, in that sense, you know. Not unless I've done something stupid with the phone.
Not all phones are created equal. Some have good GPUs that work with KineMaster, and some, if you install KineMaster on some phones, it will say this is not accelerated. We don't have the right stuff, and it'll take a long time. So you're probably quite lucky there. But
what I'm getting at though is the fact that you edit it, you then render it. It doesn't take that. Okay, forget about the acceleration part, but it's rendering it fairly fast, you know. And then you just another button, you press it, and you can upload it to YouTube. Done. So you don't have to mess around going save the file, find the file, do this. Oh, that's not that. That's the KineMaster file. No, that's my. You know, it literally just press the button. It's uploaded. It's done.
Yeah.
So that I'm happy with it.
Trying to find files on an Android phone.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
It has saved it somewhere. Can I look for it? Oh, yeah, your file browser only looks in documents, music, pictures. Yeah, but where is it then? Oh, it's hidden somewhere. It's in a hidden system part of... Oh, well, how do I get to it? Oh, the file browser won't get... So you have to install a new file browser to let you actually look into the real places it stored it. You know, it's like, fucking hell.
I've got a nice little file browser, and I'll tell you something. Couldn't do without it.
Yeah.
Because if you put it onto like your laptop, and you start messing around, you're like, well, where is it then? And you're going through like 20, 30 like extensions just to get to where you want to go.
Yeah. Bucharest says, yes, that's so true. Saving on an Android, anything. Like, can't these people who make these soft thing, could they just like videos, pictures, music, documents? Can't you just stick them in those 4 places? It's like, no, when you go and save a file, it'll save it in the fucking program folder for the fucking program and shit. And you're like, those are areas that Android does not want you seeing. So you have to get a special file browser to be able to look into the secret areas. Well, that's where I stored it. It's like, no, why do you stick it there? Yeah, it's not totally intuitive. That side of things can actually, I think, trip people up. That's why I prefer a computer, because it's like I got my C drive, my D drive, my E drive. I know where things are. I know where the folders are. I know where they're saving, and I can get access to them. Just like with one file browser, I can look at anything I want. You call up a file browser on your Android phone. It goes, "Hi, I'm your file browser. I can look at one folder."
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere else. Fuck off. That's not allowed. It's illegal. That's Android, and to a certain degree, fucking Apple as well. They're both like locked down, fucking hidden. No, you can't go anywhere apart from where we tell you. It's like, Jesus. Yeah.
The only thing I do find, actually, I don't like Apple at all. My daughter likes it, and she's fucked her phone up. So Just put it onto an old Android like. The only thing I thought I was going to be an absolute bastard to transfer everything over and so forth and whatever. What I found was that you can on that is it iCloud they use, isn't it?
Mm.
You can very easily transfer it from iCloud to your Android phone. I was amazed. I actually didn't think it was going to do it. I thought it was just going to be quite screwy. No, it worked. Everything come on. Everything was fine.
Mm.
And yeah, I was shocked. I did it. It was like it took me. I don't know anything about the Apple, so like it took me like 20 minutes to set up. I had to reset the Android phone light, and it had like some password and other kiddie stuff on it, which it stops them looking at the wrong things, you know. But
Yeah,
because
the other type of kiddie stuff,
no,
then,
not,
John.
no, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. I'll edit that out. So it was like yes. Right. Oh, take yourself deep.
You're not supposed to look at my kiddie stuff on the phone. It's like, it took 20 minutes to find a way to, like, find the right folders away
I
from the
said that
kiddie.
completely wrong, didn't I?
No,
So,
well,
yeah,
it could
so
be.
it was like,
No, it could be misinterpreted, maybe, but maybe because I got a weird Jimmy Savile fucking impinged mind. But yeah.
And I fell into that trap as well. Fucking hell. No, so it was like it basically stops them looking at, like, the children looking at just things that they shouldn't. It's
Anything.
like a
Anything.
yeah. But because of that, I couldn't read. Yeah, I could. Yeah, anything. I couldn't edit. Well, I couldn't wipe the phone, do a factory reset. So I had to do the old like 3-button trick and go directly into the actual phone itself. Just wipe it. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. But I haven't done that for a few years and I've forgotten how to do it. So Google was my friend.
Mm.
But no, got to it, setting the phone up, and then it's like I can't remember what the program. So the program, you just literally click it and it just says from the phone or from iCloud. iCloud done. It's all sorted on there. I was like, happy days. So I've got to say, I hate Apple, but I've got to say it worked. So there may be a little bit of a light there.
Well, I've seen some weird shit on Apples. Like somebody said, like, can you wipe my Apple and get all my files off? And I was like, yeah. So like, well, I get all their photos. So I was like, okay, well, they've got a folder called photos. So I'm like, right, well, there's all your photos. So I copied it all across to a new machine. They went, no, where's all my photos? And I went, well, I copied them from the photos folder. They went, no, there's like about 1 billion things that are missing. And I went, really? And then I found out that Apple have hidden folders that you're not supposed to access. And one of the things they do it with is the iPhoto or something like that. So if you put an SD card in a Mac and it copies your photos, it copies them to this hidden place that it does not want you to know about. And the only way you can get to those photos is by looking at the iCloud program, and you can see all your photos. But if you go to your hard drive, they're not there. Well, they are there, but they're in a hidden place. They're in a hidden place which you aren't meant to access. Yeah.
Is it worse than the Windows hidden files? They're a pain in the arse.
Nah, no. Windows is nothing compared to Apple. I mean, like, they've really fucking screwed it,
Oh, have they?
And oh yeah. So it's like, yes, there is a way to kind of get around that and get into the iPhotos folder, and then whoosh, all this stuff is there. Now I kind of learned this now, but it's like, why are they hiding your photos that you've loaded up into iPhoto different to the files you've copied into your photos folder? So photos and iPhoto is, no, you cannot go in there, you cannot look at that, no, it's not for you, no, you can't look at that folder. Well, you can, but you have to learn a trick to kind of get in there, and they don't want you to know that trick. And then all your other folders are your folders, so you can look at them. Yeah. And that, I fucking hate shit like this, because it's like, it's like they're trying to it's like black magic. It's like dark arts to kind of learn how to get to your shit, which is your shit. I want my shit. I want to copy my shit. No, you can't copy your shit. You can look at it and you can upload it to the cloud and you can look at it, but you can't get to it. Fuckers. Not happy.
That's like,
Not happy,
like
Teddy.
the old. That's like the old iPod, though, weren't it? It's like you'd have all your music on it, but if you wanted to transfer it to a different iPod, it wouldn't allow you to do it. You'd have to copy
DRM,
you have to copy the original file off it, and then put it onto the other one, and then it would miraculously appear. You're like, for fuck's sake! I'll tell you what, it took me hours to work it out. And that was that was a long time ago now, but
the original iPod would allow you to copy a CD onto your iPod, but then if you wanted to take it to another iPod, it would go, no, this was not made on this iPod. It's not for another iPod. It's only for your iPod. You go, it's my stuff. No, different iPod. No, you can't have it. So yeah, DRM. And then guess what? Apple turned around because everybody was sharing MP3s for free. Apple turned around and said, if you pay us some money, we can transcode it to normal MP3 for you. So you can have it as MP3, so you can transfer it around. But if you did it the old way, no, locked. But if you pay us money, then we will transfer it so you can have it for yourself. It's like, fuck off. It's like saying your car doesn't belong to you. You can drive it, but you can't let any passengers in it. If you want passengers in it, you've got to pay us some more money, and then we'll unlock the doors. Fuck off.
But you could get round it because they have a little text files in there, and you could get round it by using the text file on the old one and then copying it over. And there's a lot of fucking around, but we managed to do it. It took a long time to work out how we did it, and a bit of research. But because if like we used to upload something like your music, and then you uploaded another lot of music. It would like wipe the playlist, so you'd have the new lot, but the old lot disappear. You're like,
all right,
fuck, yeah. So you had to. It was to do with a text file, I think. You had to like copy it somewhere, and then do what you had to do, and then put it back, and it all appeared again. It was a pain in the pissing ass. And my neighbour had it years ago. He said, "Oh, I'm trying to copy this. You know a bit about computers." I'm like, "Yeah, not too much. not Apple. Fuck off." So that's probably about the most I've ever done with Apple because I just hate it.
Yeah. Well, if there's a normal way to do things, like I need to go into the house to the toilet to have a piss, right? Apple will go, no, you don't want to do that. You have to fly in a helicopter and like land on the roof and then like abseil into the window. And it's like, no, I just want to go up the stairs to the toilet and have a fucking piss. Yeah, Apple have got to do it their way, which is completely non-standard to the rest of the world and how everything else works. Yeah, right.
That's why I like Android, because you can bastardize it as much as you want. And that's what you. And I think that's why Windows took off so well as well, because you could just do what you wanted.
Yeah.
Well, to a certain extent.
Yeah, Urbex, he says, I've been a Linux user for decades, no complaints. Well, you sir, deserve to be a Nobel fucking Prize winner up there with the scientists who like fucking, invented nuclear physics and all the rest of it, because Linux is a fucking pain in the scronat.
I've always been told it's much more stable, but I don't know. I've had very little use with it. I mean, what I did have use with it, I'm like, well, didn't like the interface.
It is stable, but if it goes wrong, instead of clicking buttons to fix things, you've got to fucking.
Excuse me.
Oh, here we go. I know what this is going to be. No, maybe not then. He's chatting to him. I thought it was going to be like a fucking food order bollocks.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a food order bollocks. I'll be back in a minute. Speak amongst
No.
yourselves.
Okay.
Just talk some bollocks, mate. I'll be fine.
Linux kicks ass. All the world's supercomputers run it. Well, no, they run variants of Unix, which is Linux, and there's hundreds of different variants which are different, with different compilers and different libraries, and yeah. So saying Linux, which is a flavor of Unix, yeah, is like saying, well, you know, I'm only running this and it works really well, but like there's hundreds of different variants of it. So my philosophy is it's better to use something that everybody else is using that is standardized, because everyone's using it and there's loads of software available for it. So if you go down the line of going, I want to use this very specialized version of Linux that maybe doesn't have much software, because let's face it, Linux doesn't have very much software, and is highly specialized, then you're going to be basically out on your own with not a hell of a lot of support and there's not a lot out there for it really. But yeah, if you know what you're doing and you're very technical, then Linux can be the best thing since sliced bread, because you'll be like, oh, it never breaks, it never falls over, it's brilliant. But the level of knowledge and involvement you have to just get to that normal experience that you're experiencing is not normal by anybody else's standards, because, you know, people just want to press power on, graphical interface, click, click, click. Linux is like years worth of knowledge and experience to kind of get you to the point where you can get that running and keep it running. Yeah. Whereas, Linux, yeah. I think things should be easier in this day and age than Linux. Linux is not exactly at the point where you can kind of do everything with a click. A lot of it involves like typing in commands and instructions, like sentences of instructions to get things to work. So no, not really a good idea. Peanut. Oh my God. Fucking hell. That's the only peanuts I've had on my chest for fucking ages. I haven't had, that's the best action I've had in a few years, that is. Oh my God. Oh, I'm surprised she hasn't come up actually. I don't know, maybe I'm not crunching the packet loud enough. She did a shit in the kitchen earlier on. She'd literally been out, taken for a walk, had 2 dumps, come home, and then did a 3rd dump in the kitchen. Great. I'm surprised she hasn't come up. Maybe she's tired. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't crinkle. You don't have to crinkle it very much. Normally she's like proper on it, but she'll probably be up now. You watch. Oh dear. Maybe she's dead. No. She must be, after having her shit in the kitchen, she must be like all so relaxed now. She didn't want to know. Oh well. My gain, her loss. I'm surprised though. She normally knows when I got a packet of crisps or something. She's all over it. What phone do I use? I've got a Galaxy S23 Ultra now. I stopped using the Huawei because I couldn't get on with using Google in a virtual environment to just get Google on the phone. It was fucking useless. So I thought, fuck it. It had a really good camera. really good. Yeah, I think, to be perfectly honest, it was better than the camera on the S23 Ultra because at least it filmed 4K as 4K. The S23 Ultra films 4K as noise cleaned 4K, so it's like it's weird. You get weird artifacts and stuff happening, but hey, learn to live with it, you know. But yeah. Have I ever had an iPhone? No. All my phones, when the iPhone 3 came out, it was like this big. I was on a phone that was this big. Yeah. When iPhones didn't have Bluetooth, I had Bluetooth headsets and was listening to music on Bluetooth. Yeah. When iPhones didn't have a 4K camera, I was on a 4K camera. Yeah. So yeah, nothing Apple has had on the table has ever been up to the spec that I would be expecting and requiring. So no. And it still isn't, to be perfectly honest. I'm not impressed. Never have been. No. So yeah. You literally couldn't pay me to use an iPhone. Or if you did, it would have to be a fucking lot of money to get me to be suffering that pain of using a retarded device that's like underpowered, crap hardware, right? No, and an awful interface, terrible. Yeah.
Right.
But
you're still banging on about Apple being shit because I'm fully with you.
Somebody said, like, have I ever used an Apple phone? No, terrible. When I've had to help people with their phones and they're like, my stuff is meant to be on the cloud because the phones would all back up to the cloud. So they got a new phone. So we tried to like get the stuff off the cloud, but no. You can't pull the stuff off the cloud. The cloud is the cloud. That's not for you. You can delve into the cloud and, but you can't take your stuff off the cloud, So you'd set up a new phone and you had to wait for 3 to 5 days until everything trickled down. You couldn't just say, I want to download my stuff now. It would trickle through in fits and starts and a couple of files a day and a video here and a file there and a photo here and a photo there. And it would all start appearing back on your phone within about 5 days. Well, that is not good because, when I'm trying to help somebody with a problem and we need to get all their stuff back on their phone, I can't stay there for 5 days going, well, another photo's appeared. Yet these 3 videos have appeared. Wonderful. So why can't you go up on... You couldn't go to the cloud, look at your files, and decide what you want to take down. No, the cloud is a cloud. That's not for you, sir. The cloud is a cloud. It's a cloud. It's not for you to get your stuff off. It's for us to decide when you can have it back. Yeah. Right. Fuck that. When I upload stuff to somewhere, it's my fucking stuff. I can go in and fucking get it anytime I want. No. You see, Apple's idea is like, you're too stupid to know what this is, so we're not going to let you have access to it. Yeah. Fuck Apple. Anyway, I got to go to the loo, man. Fucking bust him.
Yeah, go on.
All right. As soon as that.
Tracy Jackson, that's a very weird comment. Like, am I an undertaker? Do I look like an undertaker? No, I'm not one. But, if you think I look like one, fair play. Bring out your dead. I don't understand that one. Please let me know why you think I'm asked if I was an undertaker, because it's very strange. Yeah, cloud, produces a lot of electricity. Well, Wow, yeah, I don't know much about them, but yeah, probably dodgy because they're fucking foreign. Yeah, maybe history down under, maybe. I've got a story like that, but I'm not going to say it on here.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, she was just zonked out. I was like, went down and she was like, I was like, she's probably in another world. That's why she didn't. Yeah, if I try it again now, it's because she's awake. Probably will get a reaction. But
oh, I'll get you, Tracy. Yeah, no, I get calls all manner of the day and night. People call me whenever. I do say they can call me whenever, and they actually do. They take up the offer, don't they, Matt?
what? I don't call you in the middle of the night.
No, you don't. No.
I've never done that.
Oh, yeah, you did it once. I won't go into why. It was early morning.
Must have been very important, really.
It was very important, yeah.
Because I wouldn't normally do that. I'm not Will.
No.
I'm not Will,
You did
the urban legend who ring me up at 2 a.m. in the morning just for a chat.
I'm fine with that, but no, it was you needed some information. So that's all I'll say. But yeah. But no, Tracy, I get calls all the time, whether it's work, whether it's work.
I seem to have a vague memory now. It's probably a certain
pennies dropped, yeah.
Sort of, yeah. Mr. Wanker, yeah.
Yes. I do get the odd call like in the middle of the night, which is quite weird sometimes. Not often, but it's just because of what I do. But
she's still not coming up. Maybe she's gone deaf. Maybe she's gone deaf or something.
I don't know. I went up to see the missus actually, and Lenny's asleep. Otherwise, I would have brought him down. But he's Sparko. But no doubt he'll wake up later on. He'll wake me up at 6 in the morning going, I want to go out. Or he'll shit in the kitchen and go, I've just had a shit. Oh
my God. You finally heard. I've been eating these nuts for friggin' about an hour. Well, you finally woke up, did you? Must have been a good dream. Oh, she's all blurred.
You're saying that. I had that the other day. But Lenny was lying on the couch, right? Then all of a sudden he just went, oh. And he woke up. I'm like, all right, are you all right there, son? It's just like.
That's probably why she's shitting herself. I've been eating nuts the last few days, and like when I take her out, she's like going, and like she's just shitting out loads of nuts, and I think it's been affecting you, isn't it? That's why she probably shit in the kitchen, like because she's just had loads of food, loads of nuts. You had cheeseburgers, didn't you? You had a cheeseburger. Yeah, you did.
No, Tracy, I don't work in a mortuary, Tracy. I have done.
Used to.
I used to, yeah, but not now.
He probably would for you, Tracy. But how much you offer him? You work in a mortuary. You have to pay him £1,000 an hour.
Yeah.
And he will work in a mortuary for you.
Yeah, it's same shit. Done it before. Bothered? Not at all.
Yeah. Papas.
I'm not bothered until somebody sort of exhales and sits up, and you're like, oh fuck. Luckily, that's very rare.
Did you see that video I sent you of the spitting fights?
I've never seen it. I know it happens.
Spitting fights. What?
What's that, Matt? You broke up.
Oh, sorry. Did you see that video I sent you earlier of the spitting fights in China? Spit fights.
Yeah, no, I don't think I did. Did you send it to me?
I thought I might have. Yeah, maybe you haven't looked at it yet. It's like it's this amazing phenomenon. I don't know if anybody's heard about it, but it's like in China, because everybody, if you lay a finger on somebody, like they'll fall over and pretend like they've died. Like you go, if you grab somebody and you go like touch them on the shoulder, they go, I have died. You owe me loads of money. And if there's any proof on CCTV that you touched them, even just like, hello, sir, are you all right? You touched them. So now you're responsible. So now they will collapse, right, and die, pretend they're dying. My life, I can't live anymore. Give me all your money. Yeah. So because of this, right, everyone in China has learnt you can't punch someone in the face. You can't touch them. You can't push them, right? But in Chinese law, spitting on somebody is not classed as an assault. So now, when people run up to they run up and like, "Oh, matey boy," and they just spit on each other. It's like have spit fights. It's like, have you seen it? It's fucking mental.
Yeah, I'm just watching it now. That's bad. Get bottles of water and go.
Yeah, dirty fuckers. Dirty fuckers. Fucking
that is
vile.
Hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I can watch the rest of that later. That is bad. Mate, they're literally just getting bottles of water. They're just spitting at each other. Dirty. Yeah. Filthy.
It's an interesting video, that one. It's very interesting. Just check out Serpenza and spitting. Chinese spitting fights. He said, "What the fuck?" He said, "What is this? What's this? A new martial art? Spit foo?"
Oh, that is bad.
I sent it to Dinkum as well. Yeah.
I'll look at that further later. I just saw a few minutes in, and it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, some of them they go in. They haven't actually got any spit in their mouth. They're just going at each other. They're like freaks. They're like fucking freaks. Honestly, absolute retards. I do not have a lot of faith in the Chinese society, but when you see people behaving like that, you're like, yeah, mate, yeah, enjoy it. You fucking penis. Yeah.
I think I'd rather be punched in the face.
Oh, it's like freak out. It's people like spitting each other, women going like, ah! Like, waving their arms like fucking, ah! 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 Fucking, it's just like, mate, honestly.
Not good.
No. The lunatics have fucking left the asylum, I'm afraid. I'm
going to close this live stream, Matt, because I need to go to bed. I need some sleep.
No.
Yes.
You mustn't. You must stay all night.
No. I am going to do that one night. I'm going to have to do it. Just do like a whole all night. That'd be quite funny. An all-nighter. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'll be flagging by 3. I'll be like, I'll be drooling.
All fucking night. Do it.
Do it. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that program tomorrow and see what I can do. In fact, actually thinking of that as well, I've got to find what we got. Loki come out today.
Oh shit! Actually, I probably missed 2 weeks of Loki. Oh my god!
No, you got mate.
I probably missed. Oh, no way! I think I probably missed a week. It's amazing. Actually, I'm gonna go and check that out now. Yeah, look. Yeah. What is it? Netflix.com, no, Disney.com, no, pirateandbay.com. There we are. Yeah.
Oh, what's this.com? I found it accidentally.
Yeah. I thought it was a subscription service that I hadn't actually paid for, like the Pirate Bay. I just thought it was another channel like Paramount or like Netflix or Amazon. I just thought it was one of those. I just thought, oh, they haven't billed me, but like all these things that are available on it, and it's amazing.
Oh, what you don't do a subscription? Oh, right. Oh.
Well, I'm sure at some time in the past I did once in my life give somebody somewhere my credit card. Maybe it was them. I don't know. Yeah, but I thought they were just charging me, and I didn't know about it. Oh, geez, I thought that's how everybody got their stuff. Really?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's right, Lindowski.
Yeah.
I tell you, bloody hell, I've had 100 odd people in here. Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Still surprising.
Fifth time of trying to type it in. Fucking hell. It's because I got bloody nuts on my table. I got nuts in front of my keyboard, so I can't type.
Put them away then, Matt. I've told you, put your nuts away on a live stream. You can't have them out.
But
no, I don't eat them and feed them to the dog.
I like to give them to the dog, you know.
Oh dear. I like to feed my nuts to the dog. I'm sure that's an offence somewhere in the world.
You got to be careful because sometimes she snaps and it could be, it could be painful.
Yeah, they'll take my live stream down now. Man giving nuts to dog. His nuts to dog.
It's on episode 5. I definitely have missed some fucking episodes. What the fuck?
5?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, wait.
Oh, I thought it was 6. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Oh, is it? Oh, maybe you're right.
This week. Oh, it's Friday. They must have.
Oh, wow. Oi! Fuck off. That's a fucking stroppy tantrum. Don't do that. She's just gone and clawed a load of fucking things off my bed. Stop it. You're not getting enough peanuts per second. What the fuck? Fucking... Oi.
Oh, there's only 6 episodes, Michelle. Oh. I have to look at number 5. I haven't got 5, so I have to watch that.
There you go. That's why I thought it was so weird the dog wasn't coming up, because this is what I experience when I'm eating stuff all the time. It's like, oi, give it to me. And you put it down, and she's like, I just smash stuff until I get it. And it's like, fucking. So to me, this is normal. But like, quietness is not normal because the dog is just like, give me shit. Get away from the bed. I've got cameras on the bed. Get away from the bed. Thank you. But you've got to keep giving it to her. If you stop, she gets a tantrum, and then she's like, right down. I'm going to smash stuff now. Pull stuff off.
Oh, mate, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want to be pulled off by a dog.
Fucking hell. I've got to stay on for a minute now because we can't have that ending on that note. Yeah, be like that. Oh, okay.
You don't want all your stuff pulled off by a dog. Fucking yeah.
Oh, bless her.
I might be up to episode 5, but I don't know if I've actually seen it. Maybe I downloaded them, but I haven't seen them. Oh
I'm
no,
not
that's
up to
no,
5.
that's Loki 1. No. Sorry, I'm confused. No, I've only downloaded and maybe seen 1. I can't be right.
What? Well, it's on. I
I
know.
can't
I
be
know
right.
for a fact it's on 4. Well, the last one I watched was 4, and I know there's a 5th one, and there's only 6 episodes I've just read on here.
Well, I better just download them all in order just in case I haven't seen them. Because there's
It gets
nothing
good.
worse. There's nothing worse than bloody downloading something and then it's like you realize you haven't seen the episode before and then it takes an hour to download that one. It's like fucking that's tragic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go like I've got 4, 5, and 6, but 3, no, you gotta wait 4 hours for that one. Oh fuck. Yeah. They're all massive files. I don't like massive files. I don't mind watching them in 720p. I don't really want 2K or 4K. I'll have 360p, me, to be honest. As long as
I've
I
just
can see
noticed
it.
that recently. I've noticed that recently. A lot of them, it's just coming up like 2, 3 gig. It's like I don't need it.
Yeah. Like HDR, 4K HDR with Dolby surround sound. It's like, oh, fucking
I don't
hell.
need it. Just give me a 264 or 265 file, about a 200 meg. It'd be fine.
Yeah, that's the ones. People, yeah. I found one. I found episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode. Oh shit! I clicked the wrong thing. Episode 5. Well, as you say, if it's an episode 6, even better. But yeah.
I think that's next week.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Sorry, just releasing then.
Release.
A release. I can't see 6 though, but yeah,
I
I've
think
got
that's the
to.
last one, but I don't think it's out yet. I think that's next week.
Yeah, but I am going to Disney to get these folks. Honestly, yeah.
Of course. I wouldn't have thought any different, Matt.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would. If I wanted to go on Disney, I could get 3 or 4 people who I know to just give me one of the passwords. Apparently, Netflix are tightening down on that now. They're saying like everyone who's giving away our passwords, saying they're friends, they're family, but they're not, and they're like working out a way now to stop you getting on if you're using the password that's allowed 5 accounts. You know, but it's like, well, you know, you did allow it, so people are going to use it, and now you're going no. They're going like YouTube, like, no, the crackdown, no. You know.
Yeah, I like Netflix. It's all right. It's not bad. But it depends because you have to, because there are different countries have different things. So like, if you're on your laptop, PC, whatever, you can look at stuff which isn't for the UK. Why they do it is beyond me, but you know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, as Jimmy Savile said, where is Willie is away. Yeah, where there's a Willie is away. Yeah. She's like banging. She's clawing me now. She's like, give me. Give you now. Go on. You'd be shitting in the kitchen again, wouldn't you? After all that lot. I like Swansea Love Story, but Vice have taken it down. Oh.
Okay. I've got Vice. I've never used it. I think I clicked on it and it just like opens up like a bit like Amazon, I think. And I'm like, oh, right, more shit. I don't like Amazon because you like, well, you know, on the Prime, because you go on there, you think, oh, that's a nice film. You must pay for it. No, fuck off. I'm already paying a subscription.
Yeah. It's like, go on. Give us money. It's like, well, yeah. If it was like £1, I might. But if it's like £4 or £5, well, yeah, that's what cheap cinemas charge. And if it's like £10, it's like, well, yeah, nah. £10
Amazon
a
are
month.
cheeky as well,
Well,
right?
that's 120 quid a year. I don't spend that on going to a fucking cinema, but you want me to give you 120 fucking quid? Like, you know, fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon are cheeky, right? Because I've seen it before. You click on it, you type whatever you want to put in, and it's come up to buy it or rent it, X amount, you're like, right. But if you search it a different way, it comes up, you get it for free.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah. And then you got the BBC. They charge you 127 or 150 quid for a bloody license a year. And then they got I fucking bollocks or whatever it is, yeah. But it's like they put episodes of a series on there, and like 2 months later, gone. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, but hang on, we're paying for this. The British public are paying for this. So shouldn't it be up there for us to get anytime we want, like YouTube? No, we're taking it down now. No, you can't have that now. Sorry. Bye.
Have you heard about Doctor Who? It's part like they've obviously they've gone with Disney as well for it, so Disney can stream it. But what they've done when the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who's out, like later on in the month, they're going to release every single one of the Doctor Who's, including the classic ones, onto iPlayer. But the first ever episode, which obviously with William Hartnell, oh, guess what? They're not allowed to put it on because the person somebody else owns the rights to it, and he's gone, unless you pay me some money, you can fuck off. And the BBC are going, oh, we're just not going to put it on then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's taken them to court and everything. They're not having it.
Yeah. Well, that's the BBC selling things that don't belong to them, i.e., we, the British public, paid for the BBC and all its content, but they went and sold it to somebody else. Well, there's your problem then, isn't it? Yeah, you shouldn't have. Oh.
That's right, Lindowski. Yeah, the unearthly child. That's it.
They've
not be on there.
They've lost control of the programs they made themselves. Well, there's your fucking problem, isn't it, you dickheads?
It's all to do with copyright and other bits and pieces and intellectual rights. The guy's father or something was, I think he's like the script writer or did something to do with it quite major, and he's gone fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see it anywhere, because it has been released, nab it, because you're not going to get it again. Not at the moment, anyway.
It's like, let's buy a country and then like, I own it now. You can all get out. Fuck off. I own it now. Bye. Yeah, if you want to come in, it'd be £1 million to come and visit. Yeah. And you wonder why some of these people end up with a fucking bullet in their head in a fucking in a ditch, and then people say like, oh, why was that? It's like, yeah, because people didn't like them very much. Mm.
Yeah, Lindowski, look it up. Have a look at what it's all going on. It's all kicking off. It's on YouTube as well. The reason behind it. Anyway, I'm going to go. It's over 3 hours. I'm going to bed.
Well,
and everyone can go to sleep or just carry on.
Disgraceful. Yeah. All right. I'll carry on in my underpants after you leave. I'll be carrying on.
Do a live stream, mate. Do a live stream.
Or just do a pair of underpants like hung up from the ceiling on a pair of pegs. Yeah,
that's right.
With a puppet mouth through the crotch.
I thought you were saying puppet penis. Puppetry of the penis. Part 2. So fucking weird old thing that is.
Well, I've got to go and I'm busy, man. I got to get all these expensive cameras and all these boxes off the bed. So yeah, which is not going to be easy.
With that.
Yeah, I got to find a place to stick them so I can deal with them tomorrow. Because tomorrow is going to be I'm going to go out somewhere. I don't know where. Oh no, I've got to go and see that bloke and I about crop circles, and then after that, then I might have a bit of time to go and test the cameras out and run a bit of footage. But yeah,
nice. Right,
I've done light footage with them, but anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all right. Yeah, you're fine, man. Right, I'm off. Thanks everyone for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always. Matthew, thank you very much, and Will, when you're in earlier, thank you if you're still listening.
That's okay,
And,
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
What
Not
is
Jonathan.
your? No, you're not. You are
No.
John here.
Yeah. People
You're
go,
John.
"Oh, hello, Jonathan." I'm like, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except when I say it, and he goes, "No, it's all right." all
Yeah.
this fucking wasty paperwork for the A7. Fuck off! Look at all this fucking
Put it in the
different
shredder, put it in
languages. Look, fucking fucking Allah Akbar, Allah. Make sure you wear your burqa. Make sure you wear your burqa before you press the menu button. If you press the menu button before wearing burqa, Allah Akbar. Yeah.
On that note, thanks
Fucking
everyone.
ching fucking chong. Hello.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Fried rice. Yeah. Szechuan mixed vegetable. Hello.
Right, all.
Cheers. Bye.